Guilty of crime.
Here I am, and we're back. Hello, everybody. We're back. I'm back. Welcome to Guilty of Crime. I am your host, Jay. Hello, everybody. Come on in. Hit that like button. If you're new here, make sure you hit the like button and subscribe to all notifications. All right, guys, good to see you. I've got my voice back, and it's not burning. So, today we're talking about Maleyah's joining in the search. She actually is in the search, doing what she should have done from the get-go. I have a theory on that, as Daniel does something different than we're used to. Daniel slips up quite a bit in this last interview, and statement analysis will show you that about Jack and Lilly case. So let me say hello to everybody before we get started. I do have a goal up today, but you don't have to do the 5. It could be 2. If we can get it anywhere near the goal, that would be awesome. Crime Con Vegas, guys, we are so close. Next week we're heading out. Next Thursday we're heading to Crime Con, and guys, I assure you we are gonna have some fun. On the 30th of this month, we're having a party at the Palazzo, open bar, food, all of that. So I'm getting all that stuff ready with my girl Patricia. We're doing the do. She's helping out. So, guys, please hit that like button, subscribe, and also send me an email if you are going to Crime Con and you didn't get your ticket yet, or you want to go to Crime Con but you can't afford a ticket. Guys, we've got a ticket. We've got an extra ticket. So I'm working on getting that extra ticket. I paid almost $800 for 2 tickets, and I'm getting one for free. All right. So, yes, keep talking, Daniel. You are a big fat schlub. Guys, I do think that the reason Maleyah has been all so presently absent is because I did not realize that Daniel had charges on him against graping and assaulting, essentially holding somebody hostage and doing sexual things to him. So I just want to talk about that. We're going to do a lot of statement analysis for today with updates, and I've got a few things to talk about as far as statement analysis goes, and then even more. Elvin, how are you? Big hug. Good to see you. Yeah, I woke up on Tuesday and I went to work. And then I got off of work, guys, and my throat was on fire. And then I couldn't even breathe yesterday. I was just hacking up. I don't even know where I got the cold from, but I'm back. I'm taking it easy. Try not to mess those vocal cords up. Lady for Justice just got us started off with the Guilty of Crime membership. If you received that, please thank her. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Panda Ann, member for 9 months. Hey, good to see all of you here. All the mods in the house. What's up, my girl Tiff? Yeah, welcome everybody. Colleen switched accounts to give another one. Yeah, you guys, thank you. Thank you for being here. Super chat, super stickers, gifted memberships, and getting your own memberships helps us out. And by the way, Lady for Justice, and I know the other person, I just don't have it in front of me. I am shipping your signed books out tomorrow. And at CrimeCon, I'm going to bring a whole bunch of books, a stack of them. Right? So if you guys want to buy a book from me and have me sign it, I will be out there doing that. All right, guiltyofcrimebyj@gmail.com is my email. We have an extra CrimeCon ticket. We're not even trying to sell it. We just want somebody good to use it. So if we don't get anybody that needs it, then I'm going to give it to Mama Pearl. Mama Pearl will come in one day and I'll take baby guilty duties. All right, guys, you've been sick, lupus, don't like hot weather. Yeah, it's getting hot out here too, my friend. Thank you so much, Corruption, for gifting the One Guilty of Crime membership. It helps a lot and it means so much. So thank you. I was making a joke earlier, but it's true. You don't get paid on YouTube for being sick. You know what I'm saying? I don't get vacation time or I don't get sick time from YouTube. So if I'm not filming and it's not getting monetized, although as much as I love to be a voice for the victims, when I don't even have my own voice. So that's why I wasn't here the last 2 days. But I've been at my job. I'll be 19 years in October. And guys, you got to imagine 19 years in October that I probably have at least a month worth of vacation, sick time, etc. Right? All the insurance benefits, all that. So that's why this is for the victims and to give back to the community. Mighty Mo, what's up? Elvin, thank you so much. You know what, Elvin, welcome. So heavy in a good way. Welcome to you. Elvin joined us about 2 weeks ago, and she was great. You were great. You were new. We welcomed you, and I've seen you every day since. So thank you. You're awesome. You rock. And so much Corruption. I wish I knew who you were, but that's okay. I love the color, the pink, 5 Guilty of Crime memberships. Guys, it does mean a lot, and it helps so much. Thank you so much. You guys are awesome. I love you guys. Thank you. Hey, Jay, at least you got yeah, man, you know what? I don't know what happened. I was at work and my throat started burning and then I started coughing and like yesterday it was just swollen. Today, all the nasty phlegms coming out, but I don't even know what hit me. So that being said, I'm happy to be back. Thank you guys so very much. Come hell or high water, I will be in Vegas by next week, guys. All right. Oh, you're very, very welcome. That is why I had to. Well, thank you so much. I appreciate you. No shoot vaccine. Thank you. Welcome all the members. Yes, me too, because I really wanted to talk to you guys, but it isn't worth messing up the vocal cords. I'm in Vegas right now as I went to the EDC. Yes. So staying here until CrimeCon. I have family here. Yes, and yes. Listen, the boss bitch, do me a favor. My emails drop below. guiltyofcrimebyj@gmail.com. Send me an email and we'll hook up. All right. Rose, thank you so much for the Guilty of Crime membership. You guys are kicking ass. You're bringing a ton of new members here and those that can't afford it. Thank you. Yeah, Mab's going to be there too. Dolly Vision's going to be there. They're doing a meet and greet, and I think you got to pay for it. I'm not sure. Mine you don't pay for. You just come, you eat, you drink, and we mingle. Right? I'm not charging for meet and greets or whatever. It's just to hang out and meet you guys at the Bellagio. All right. Every time our little local market, I seem to bring something home. That's, you know what, Nana Rocks, that I went grocery shopping a couple days ago. Maybe that happened. Patty from Ohio. Well, guys, big shout out to Patty from Ohio. Patty from Ohio, welcome from California. We love you. Thank you for helping us support the channel. I'm in the same boat. Yeah, it sucks, but the show must go on, right? I missed way too many days. Eat, drink, and be merry. Yes. And you don't have to have a damn thing in your pocketbook. Yeah, they're doing meet and greets and they're selling their merch, slanging merch like NWA slang drugs, or like the way Eazy-E slang drugs. That's the way they slang. I mean, hey, Dolly has over 100,000, and if people are going to pay for it, so be it. All right. So glad you're feeling better. Me too. I want a signed book. I've got the book, a stack of them. So the boss bitch, send me an email. We'll get hooked up. I'll give you my text, my Google text number, and we can keep in touch. To all of you guys that are going to Vegas. All right. Krista, Patty, I'm in Ohio also. Ohio, baby. Rose, my friend. Yeah, there's a lot going around right now. But guys, school's almost over for baby Guilty, and we're going to have a fun summer. Fun summer. Hey, Grace, good to see you, my friend. All right, I said hello to everybody. I did miss you all. Let's get into the content. Love you guys. CrimeCon, May 29th through the 31st. I've got tickets for the 30th and 31st, and the party's on the 30th at 6:30 p.m. Bellagio. All right. What you do is live when you are there. Well, yeah, I'm gonna do a live. Definitely gonna do a live for sure. All right, guys, let's get to it. Do the skies get sprayed there? Do the skies get sprayed there? I don't know. I haven't been to Vegas in forever. So much corruption. Enjoy CrimeCon. I will, and I hope to see you someday. All right, many of us in Maryland. It's in Vegas, so yeah. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. That's all I gotta say to you. Thank you at times, infinity, because you guys just don't know how much you help support the channel. My daughter and son-in-law just got out. Yeah, I don't know what happened. It was the most wild thing. My throat just started swelling up and I couldn't talk. And so I got this awful cough right now, but it's all good. Enough about me. Let's get to Jack and Lilly, guys. Jack and Lilly are two children that have been missing for over a year now, and they need to be brought home. And guys, after we'll say cogitated on this, because I haven't covered this case for a while, after really cogitating on this case, I have a new theory about what might have happened to these children and then what happened next. All right. Yeah, I'm okay. If my voice is funny, it's just because I've been sick the last 2 days. Don't even know how, guys, but don't worry. I got sick pay. I didn't go into work. So I slept for like 48 hours, my friends. Okay, listen up, guys. This is literally an anomaly. There's corruption going on. You're absolutely right. Yeah, Vegas. In Vegas, Mimi, you just stay inside. I don't go outside in Vegas. I go from hotel to hotel, and a lot of hotels have a big giant ramp that run across, or like a bridge. I go on the bridges, girl. I do not walk in the heat. I'm sorry. Look at that. So much corruption just blessing all of us with all the Guilty of Crime memberships and the $10 super chats. I'm going to leave that up. Please thank her if you received one. All right, this is an anomaly of a case, guys, and I am very, very, very surprised that, well, Maleyah actually went out there and did a search. But you know who wasn't there? Any guesses? Maleyah went to go do a search, and who's normally there that's never there? All right, you guys tell me in chat. Maleyah was there, but who wasn't there and why? All right, here we go. Let's take a look at this. I'll make it bigger so you guys can see it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yeah, I stay inside, my friends. I am a dainty princess. I know a lot of people are like, Jay, why do you like to wear boys' clothes? Jay, blah, blah, blah. Guys, I'm a princess on the inside. All right. On the outside, you guys might think I look tough, resting bitch face, but I'm really not. I don't even like to get my hands dirty unless I'm tattooing. So anyhow, I love you guys. Thank you guys. I'm bringing people out of the bushes. Hotels freak me out. Hey, girl, I'm going in my RV, my friend. We're taking the RV. Yep, there you go. Daniel wasn't there. Thank you for answering, Clementine. Daniel has been everywhere saying everything. But guess what? Daniel wasn't there. Did you know when Danny has? Yes, I do know Daniel has court that either just came up but I can look it up as we go. Let's continue. I don't want to focus on Daniel just yet. All right, so check this out. These kids have been missing for a year. That's unheard of in Canada, guys, and they've called it an anomaly. Specifically in Canada, these kids have been missing, and it's unheard of in Canada. Now, Jack and Lilly Sullivan disappeared from their home in Nova Scotia. I'm not even going to try to say rural because I can't. I can, but it sounds weird. Experts say it's rare for two siblings to go missing together, and even more unusual what they've been gone for so long. Now, volunteers are taking to the woods once again and searching for clues. And guys, I gotta tell you, I'm so happy, but pleasantly surprised that Maleyah was out there. But since Maleyah was out there, Daniel wasn't, which leads me to believe that she has a restraining order on him because she was the person that he kept held captive and sexually assaulted. All right, I know, rural. I sound like Reggie George. Damn. All right, it's a backwoods. Okay. All right, now Maleyah was out there, and that was odd to see her out there. But that's the thing, is I think she has a restraining order. They've never named Maleyah as the person that was held captive and raped or sexually assaulted. They never have anyone heard that? All right, let's continue. So listen, Jack and Lilly, they disappeared. Experts say it's rare. Volunteers are searching, and we've got these kids missing. Let's take a look at the search efforts.
100% child size footprint. You can see the index.
It's a strange place to find a small boot print, but everything about this case is strange. It's extremely rare in Canada for two siblings to go missing. And yet, 1 year ago, Lilly and Jack Sullivan seemingly vanished. Now, volunteers are taking to the woods once again, searching for clues.
We're just devastated that there's still no answers after a year. I can't really put it in words how hard this has been on myself and my family.
On May 2nd, 2025, Lilly, then 6, and Jack, then 4, disappeared. Their mother, Maleyah Brooks Murray, and the children's stepfather, Daniel Martell, both say they heard the kids that morning inside their Lansdowne home. When the house went silent, Brooks Murray ran outside and called 911. RCMP and hundreds of search and rescue volunteers descended upon the property, spending days.
Now, did any of you guys even realize that she was out there? Yeah, boot print, not a blueprint. Did you guys realize? Did anybody pay attention to the fact that when they did this search at about a year at a boot, right? Canada, a boot. It's a boot, 110 in here. All right. Did anyone recognize or realize? That was the first time I realized she was out there, guys. She was out there, and her picture is on my thumbnail. Thank you so much, a boot. The 5 guilty of crime membership, so much corruption. It's a boot. It's a boot to get real in here. Thank you so much. I appreciate you.
Scouring the woods.
I searched all their play areas where they would play, like around the yard when I'm
Oh my
there.
God,
There's a
I
little
missed
cabin
that.
we made. Search that.
Thank you.
Then that's when I jumped in the car, did all the areas around, all the dirt roads.
The mysterious nature of the
Dude, his eyes were looking like they were bugged out AF. So please pay attention to that, because you guys also know. I didn't know. I'm here in California, so I did not know Maleyah was there. I hadn't been following that case. Thank you so much. The corruption, and Boss Bitch just became a new member. I didn't know that. I'm in Cali. But oh my God, I can't thank you enough for that. I can't thank you enough for all the memberships and all of that. Man, I hope you make it to Vegas. All right. Thank you for being a member. You are definitely going to want to be one. Look at his eyes. Pay attention to that, because not only has Daniel revealed, but others have revealed that methamphetamine was heavily involved with Daniel. He even admitted to doing meth. People talked about him doing meth. And I'm going to get into that right after this. I want you to see his face again. I mean, to me, this is overly dramatic. And we're talking about spotting hoaxes here. We're talking about these weird explanations, ingratiation, and leakage. All of this pertains to Daniel Martell. All right. His leakage, when we get into the statement analysis, is his lies are coming through that analysis. You guys, I cannot wait. Ingratiation, guys, liars use excessive friendliness to get what they want from law enforcement, from YouTubers, from the media, anybody that they can be nice to so that they're the good guy and they'll get information out of them. Thirdly, an explanation. Liars tend to over explain. And I'm going to go that far just to say over explain. And when they do, guys, they reveal their insecurities and expectations of beliefs in contrast to straightforward just saying something. They go around and they dance around, guys. And when people over explain, they're probably lying. All right. Remember that for YouTube as well. And spotting hoaxes. Lastly, spotting a hoax, there's several things that we can talk about, but in this case, it's conclusiveness. Does the speaker express certainty about what happened? Reticence. Are they reluctant to present their evidence? Oh God, he's reluctant so much all day. Emotionality. Is there a mismatch between their displayed emotions and the emotions of what's really going on in the situation? Kind of like the Nancy Guthrie case. Oh, they're all crying out there, but we haven't seen a tear from Annie or Tomasa. Weird. And then vagueness. Time changes and it matters. This timeline from the morning and his explanation has been very vague and has changed several times about the door being loud, about them sleeping, about them going to bed early. So I think something happened the night or even the day before, guys.
That's when I jumped in the car, did all the areas around, all the dirt roads.
The mysterious nature of the case has drawn
my God.
international attention, the public and the family eager for answers and pointing fingers. There is little evidence apart from a piece of Lily's blanket found in a tree and a cluster of boot prints found on a trail near the family home. The lack of answers is what has brought searchers back to Lansdowne, including Brooks Murray. The children's mother has stayed mostly silent over the past year amid harsh criticism from online sleuths. But she decided to partake in this latest public search to show her support and appreciation. This small boot print was discovered near where the boot print cluster was found, and RCMP are reviewing it. Volunteers have.
Well, here's the thing. As we're coming up on a year, and thank you guys, so much corruption is kicking ass tonight and helping out the channel. Please thank them. I appreciate you so much. I would love you to email me though if you have a case you want me to cover. The fact that your name is so much corruption, I'm assuming there may be cases that you're interested in, or maybe there's something personal to you. And I say that to all of you, but so much corruption. You're very welcome. Thank you for joining the crime crew. All right. So listen, I did not realize that all the stuff didn't come out until later. So I thought, whoa, they split up because, whatever happened, they couldn't keep it together. But I didn't know that Maleyah was allegedly in fear of and may have a restraining order from Daniel or to Daniel, what am I
vowed
saying?
to keep searching these woods.
2 children missing is just bizarre. Whether you're looking at wandering, misadventure, abduction, accidental death, if you're looking at those 4 scenarios, it's uncommon for 2 children to be together in either of those 4 situations.
Oldreeve says he's never seen anything like this case. 92% of missing children cases are closed within a week in Canada. But 2 siblings disappearing together at the same time is unheard of. Experts say when siblings do go missing, it's typically at the hands of a parent. But unusual cases like this require patience.
These kinds of cases do not look like procedural dramas on TV, and
I'm going to tell you what I think happened just based on my logic and knowledge of the fact that Daniel can't be where Maleyah is. And now that we know he's been arrested and for what? Thank you so much, corruption. Yeah, so much generosity. Exactly. You know, it's when you go on to other channels, people drop hundreds of dollars for creators to smash other creators. So much corruption. I thank you so much for that. It means a lot that you're donating to the actually Guilty of Crime, which is a channel about crime. And we're not talking crap about people. We're trying to give voices to those that don't. Thank you. Yes, so many new members today. Thank you, guys. Please thank her or them. I'm not sure. From Ohio. What do you have to ask? Let's continue because I'm going to tell you what I think.
it can take a really long time, and we should still be looking for these children.
Of course.
We have seen children found after decades of missingness.
RCMP Major Crimes is leading the case, but say it hasn't turned criminal. Police have reviewed thousands of videos, conducted dozens of interviews, and they say they're making progress.
We've not let up the steam, and
now, mind you, Daniel used to brag about talking to law enforcement. Okay. Law enforcement is not talking to him in the way that he would like anymore now that certain things have come out. Yeah, who took Jack and Lilly? We're going to get there. We're going to get there, Nana Rocks. This is what I think happened. All right. I don't think somebody just went over there and at 8:30 in the morning on a Friday or a Saturday, whatever day that they got called out sick. I don't think someone came and took them. I think they were taken off of the property. Maleyah has not been identified as a victim. There's a publication. Yeah, we don't know. That's what I'm saying, Ariel. We don't know. That's my whole point. But my just putting my investigative skills together, Maleyah was out there for the 1 year searching for Jack and Lilly on the ground, boots on the ground. Daniel wasn't there. And when we hear him talk about that, you're going to listen to him making different excuses, different lies, lots of leakage, lots of ingratiation and over explanations. You'll see. You'll see. All right. Love your channel. I think more people need to be members. Thank you. I appreciate you so very much. And I agree. At some point when we get to the 100,000 mark, I will definitely say, we still need more. All right. My cough is awful. I'm sorry. I don't think she's a victim. That's not what I'm saying. Let's continue. You'll see.
we won't. Our investigators, our parents, as I've said before, we're families, and we want answers as much as everybody else. We haven't stopped and we won't.
Cindy Murray, who did not want to appear on camera, says this latest search was tough for her family.
As you walked through those woods, were Jack and Lilly on your mind? Jack and Lilly are always on my mind. Always.
Always on her mind and on the minds of so many. And until there are answers, these woods will keep calling people back. Allie Thompson, CBC News, Lansdowne.
All right, guys, I'm going to just tell you a little something as I put this up. We're not watching the whole video, but I just found the still of Maleyah as they were looking for volunteers. So I'm going to put this up there so you can see Maleyah. There's the new search and the boot print that was found that they're talking about. There's Maleyah right there, guys, off to the left. But you know who isn't there? Daniel. Am I saying that Maleyah's a victim? No way, no how. Patriot Pride official, what's up, my guy? Where you? If you guys could drop the link for Patriot Pride, they're doing awesome stuff over there. I appreciate your open-mindedness and the tactics that you use to investigate. So shout out to Patriot Pride. I'm kind of a just like most of my stuff is inside the box, and Patriot Pride officials is outside those boxes. So go check it out. Go check Adam and crew out. Now listen, that mom's response is not normal. I'd be hysterical. This is what I think, guys. I'm going to tell you. I think mom did it. Daniel, You're almost there in Vision 42. Here's the thing. I want you guys to realize I watch true crime all the time, as you guys know. You guys realize that, right? And every time I hear something on the news lately, I'm like, Jack and Lilly come to my mind. Just, what was it, last week? 2 parents were arrested. 2 junkie. They look junky. They look like junkies, all right? I shouldn't say that because I'm all tattooed up and people might think that about me, but these parents really look like junkies. Well, guess what? Their child went to school and had a little bit of fentanyl, put the fentanyl in his mouth, and died at school. All right? Died at school. Now, these people were surrounded by methamphetamine, drugs, and allegedly there was a party recently. Okay? Follow me. Now, Elvin, I don't understand how much person can love. Me too. Thank you. I'm sorry about the cough. I'm here though. All right, so there's Maleyah. I want to show you something though. This happens all the time. But these people, some people will turn themselves in or call 911 in hopes to save a child. Now, this is just in San Jose between 2023 and 2026. I looked up any convictions where people's children died. They overdosed from either fentanyl, coke, meth, or some kind of really heavy drug. Right? So in San Jose here, baby Winter Rayo, didn't even know about this case. 18 to 19 months old, had fentanyl in their system. Both parents were convicted of murder in 2026. Now, the key facts of that case, Kelly Richardson, 29, and Derek Rayo, 31. Guys, they left fentanyl and paraphernalia within reach of the toddler Winter. That child has 25 times the lethal amount of fentanyl in her bloodstream, plus undigested fentanyl in her stomach, showing ingestion. All right. The home was described as littered with drugs and paraphernalia, and the parents were documented using drugs around the child. And guys, they waited over 11 hours to call 911. This became the first case in Santa Clara County where parents were charged and convicted of murder for their child's fentanyl death. All right, I'm going to just give you a couple more examples because I'm trying to lead you into the direction of, we know that there was drug use. We've heard it, we've seen it, we've speculated it. Okay. So is it that far off? Okay, let's continue. I'm not even going to answer yet because I'm not covering these cases. What I'm covering is the fact that these cases happen all the time. And that could have happened with Maleyah and Daniel. And they had to get rid of the bodies because they don't want to be in jail forever. Here's another one right here near me. I'm in San Jose. This one's in San Francisco. Michelle and Steve Ramirez, 2-year-old baby, fentanyl. Parents charged with second-degree murder. Now, the parents' 2-year-old, the older, died of acute fentanyl toxicity. Now, this is just in February of 2026, guys. Police found fentanyl loosely just sitting out in the open. Used pipes, torches, and Narcan on the bed next to where the child was found. Now, the toxicology showed both fentanyl and Narcan in the toddler's bloodstream. That's indicating the parents attempted to revive her after the exposure and they failed. Prosecutors said the parents showed a conscious disregard for human life, and this was the first homicide case in San Francisco DA related to a child fentanyl overdose. Guys, it's happening again and again. And is it a far stretch for me to think? I've been saying it, but the more I hear it, I'm like, damn, that's a big possibility. Thank you so much, Felicia, for the Guilty of Crime memberships. Flojo, my guy. You going back to Vegas? I'm ready. I'm so ready for Vegas. Hey, I'm going to bring the party wherever I go, all right? The party's coming with me. Be taking mom. Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. I think that Daniel went and dumped the children, and Maleyah didn't even know exactly where. She knew what happened, but they didn't want to get in trouble. This is my, if they ever find the bodies and are able to test, I think it was a situation like this. Now, this one's just randomly in Oklahoma. I was trying to look for other cases. This was 2024, methamphetamine. A child died, mother charged with second-degree murder. A 2-year-old died after ingesting methamphetamine left out in the home. Toxicology shows lethal meth levels in a child's system. Investigators found meth residue on surfaces, pipes, baggies, and everything that was accessible to that toddler. Now, the mother admitted she had been using meth the night before, and she left her paraphernalia out. Prosecutors said the child was a result. This was a child's death and resulted of extreme negligence. Okay, last one I'm going to show you just because I wanted you guys to say, oh, it wasn't, they weren't using fentanyl, Jay. It was cocaine or meth. Doesn't matter what it is. Lethal drugs shouldn't be used at all, and they shouldn't be around children. So this one-year-old girl in New York, 2023, cocaine. Child died, both parents charged with manslaughter and child endangerment. 1-year-old girl died after ingesting cocaine left on a table in baggies. Autopsy confirmed acute cocaine toxicity, and police found the residue on the child's bottle and bedding. The parents initially claimed the child fell asleep and wouldn't wake up, but toxicology contradicted their story, and prosecutors said cocaine was openly accessible. All right. And there was a case last week where 2 children got into their parents' cocaine and they can't swim, but they decided they were feeling so good that they went and jumped into a pool and 2 of them drowned. So there's your anomaly. All right. You guys, if you could drop the link for FloJo, if you already did, thank you. All right. I got to tell you, it's not a far stretch. Okay. I just want you to realize that. Kids, breaks my, well, it's happening more and more and more. All right. My speculation, both parents were involved in a deadly accident. That's what I mean. I'm saying the accident. If one of the rats on the other way, yeah, exactly. But I think that the charges against Daniel are from Maleyah, and that's why they're not in the same place at the same time. Why he couldn't be there. Now, you're going to hear him give a bunch of leakage in this recent interview. Can I tell you guys a little story? Oh, of course I can. Daniel Martell is not going back to any of the true crime channels that he was all buddy-buddy with, because all of them now feel like he's lying. So guess what he did instead? He took it to a smaller YouTube channel that doesn't already know his bullshit. All right. Thank you. EDC, baby. EDC. All right. Here's mom. I have not seen Maleyah in forever.
Search that Maleyah was going to be a part of. And we do have a responsibility to the families, especially the mother of the missing children. And we wanted to make sure that we were doing everything we could to make sure that the people coming were coming for a genuine purpose and not to cause issues. We did have to ask a few people not to come because they were doing some online nonsense. And it just, we're advocating for the mother of these children, and we're advocating for these children. And I think the children would truly want their mother here.
I wonder if they ask Daniel not to be present. Again, we're never going to know until we figure out who did this and what. All right. So much corruption. You have restored my faith in true crime. People still care. Thank you so much, corruption. Seriously, though, it does irk me a bit to be watching all these, going through these crime channels and people just throwing hundreds of dollars at them for what? As they sit there lighting up their weed and anyway, thank you. I appreciate you from the bottom of my heart. We only saw her one time, right? That's the only time I've seen her. She's in this. She's never been at any of the other searches, according to my information source.
I've never had to vet people like this before.
There she is, right there. You see her? She's right there. She had not been in. Guys, correct me if I'm wrong. Please correct me if I'm wrong. I want you to. And thank you again. Please thanks so much, corruption, if you received a membership. She's right there in the back next to that tractor. correct me if I'm wrong, that she had already been searching, because I had never seen her at anything. And that's how Daniel makes his clout. You're going to hear in a bit when he's like, yeah, I'm the only voice for the children. Nobody else, right? There she is. Right there.
This case is a different animal of its own because everyone has an opinion, and it's hard to reason with those people who just are so strong in their beliefs for this case.
How's it going so far today?
So far, so good. I'm actually really impressed with all the searchers and how far they have made it so far. I don't think they're going to make it the full 5 miles, which is okay. It's really hard going in some of the sites. So a lot of water to work around, a lot of fallen trees to work around, and they're taking their time checking.
Just watch where you're walking, turn
Yeah,
up.
I'm just seeing if there's any.
There could be more up here. I didn't want to disrupt the ground, but this is 100% dog footprint. You can see the indents.
I mean, it's definitely a very small boot print. So, and it's on the opposite side of the pipeline from where the other boot prints were found. I immediately just kind of came out to the top of the pipeline where I could have signal. I texted that to the RCMP right away with the coordinates, and I just said we left it as is. So they'll likely, send someone out to check on it and whatever and see if it matches. I mean, the direction was coming from the woods out towards the pipeline and maybe about 20 to 25 meters in the woods. I'm not a boot print expert. I can tell you that it's certainly a full small boot print, and it's in an area where the children went missing from. So, if we just factor it down to that, then it's evidence that the police have to come in and take a look at.
All right, let's keep going. I'm not going to finding a child-sized boot. I know you guys have heard about all that.
In a wooded area search where you can tell where our tracks are. You can see your boot prints. So it looks well preserved anyhow. We had a human remains detection dog here as well today. The dog seemed interested in a couple items that were located. The way that the items were described to me, I don't think it'd be proper for me to say what they are because I don't know until I see them. I know that when we went up and down these logging trails, we found a lot of rags that were obviously rags that used to be clothing. And you could see there was like grease and hydraulic fluid on them, and it was likely just for the machinery. And I just wonder, before I say it's anything about a children's clothing, I want to make sure it's not just rags. So I just want to go and assess those sites really quickly.
Okay, so cadaver dogs. There's Maleyah again in the picture.
We want to do this.
She's right there.
It's opportunity
all
for
black.
people who want to do this more.
Right, that's her in all black. And what it does say is that it says Maleyah was at not only the vigil, but I guess that was what started off the search. It says Maleyah did participate in the search near the 1 year mark. There's no evidence that Daniel participated in that search, but what they're saying is that this is what his excuse was, and maybe he was in court that day. It says that he couldn't go because he was dealing with court proceedings around this time. Sexual assault, and confinement charges unrelated to Jack and Lilly. Right? The vigil was held on May 2nd. That was the 1 year mark. And there's been no mention of Daniel attending. That's why I wanted to bring this to you, because he is talking, just not on these big platforms anymore. You got to kind of dig deeper. All right. So where are we? Let's continue. Thank you so much. You guys, please do thank Elvin for the 5 Guilty of Crime memberships. We're going to have so many. Why wasn't he allowed? That's what I want to know. I think he wasn't allowed because the person that he assaulted and confined was Maleyah, in my opinion. I don't know.
To join. Last time we got 4 members of the public to join. Please bring me home officially and become searchers for Nova Scotia. And I think we got 4 more today. And if they go out every couple of weeks, we can just beat this area up for the search season, spring and summer. Ideally, people come every 2 weeks at minimum to do searches for these missing kids. You got to keep your foot on the gas.
Again, it's been a year, guys. The search continues. Anything they have right now, who knows what it is? They found a boot print now, a year later. What?
Were Jack and Lilly on your mind?
Jack and Lilly are always on my mind. We're just devastated that there's still no answers after a year. Again, I can't really put it in words how.
I don't know why they don't show her face. It's weird. Have we not seen Cindy Murray before? Or am I wrong? Why not show your face?
Hard this has been on myself and my family. I'll always have hope. We just, try and put one foot in front of the other each day and looking for answers.
2 children missing is just bizarre. Whether you're looking at wandering, misadventure, abduction, accidental death, if you're looking at those 4 scenarios, it's uncommon for 2 children to be together in either of those 4 situations. So it's uncommon. It's not impossible. It's really hard to wrap your head around. Now, if these children did get on a trail together, they're less likely to turn around and go back. They're more likely to continue going straight with what's.
I agree, but I don't think that happened. I think there was an accident in the house and Daniel took the kids and put them somewhere. I don't think they're going to be in that area. I think he traveled farther. I hope that they use everything that they can, but I don't think that he. Maleyah was a year late. I don't either. And I'm not saying anything about trusting Maleyah. Krista, I'm going to answer your question. Please Bring Me Home is a money-making fundraising, and Maleyah was a year late. I don't have anything. I just said I think they were both using drugs and an accident happened. Whether it was them overdosing, whether it was just a bad fight and they got out of control. But my whole point is, what would the chances be? Chances are more likely that 2 children would have gotten into some kind of drugs and overdosed where they couldn't be helped. The Narcan didn't work. Remember, 2, this is an anomaly. 2 children don't normally go missing. But I just cited cases for you where there was children and a child. 2 kids at once. 2 kids get into the drugs, give the other one the drugs, and then both of them. You know what I'm saying? It's just more likely, in my opinion. Now, let me answer your question, and we'll hop to the next thing. Let me actually pull this down so I can put the picture of Maleyah up there. Again, I've covered this case heavily, and I am not saying anything about Maleyah that I trust her or that whatever. I just want to bring it to your attention that she's on the far right. Now, I know, that's what I'm saying. But when someone doesn't want to be held accountable, they'll take their children and put them anywhere else. All right? That's what I'm saying. I don't know. But listen, here's the dates, Krista. 1 second. Daniel Martell's next confirmed court date, guys. They say, so we're already April. We're already in freaking, May. What is this? We're going to be in June. 5/21/2026. They're saying March 30th, 2026. We're already in May. So I don't know. March 30th is when he went. That was not on the day that they were searching, guys. Was it? There's nothing right now. They didn't change anything or disclose anything. They did not specify a date. The last time he was at court was March 30th. So maybe that actually interrupted his search. You guys tell me. Krista, you seem to know about that. Let me know. Right? So there she is. I don't know why now. But what I do know is I absolutely believe that this is a hoax created by Daniel and Maleyah. And let's talk about why. Now we're going to get into Daniel's language reveals that it happened. Okay, this guy's great. This is Mike DeMann, but his channel is now called Statement Analysis. I think he was on Grizzly's channel the other day. Doesn't matter. I've been following Mike DeMann for a long time.
Yeah, it's been okay. Today.
Okay, so I want you to pay attention to this, and the reason I'm going through him is because he's analyzing this. Now, Daniel went on to Char's true crime story. That's where this came from. So I want you to realize that. All right. Mike DeMann is analyzing over this. But pay attention that he's had a big following, Daniel. He's had any choice of platform from Dolly Vision to Clutch Them Pearls to the ladies in Canada. I can't remember their names right now, but why did he go here? And wait, I want to know when this date was. This was 2 weeks ago, right around the same time everybody was searching. So he went here instead of searching. What?
He couldn't be there physically. So, but he is here to talk Jack and Lilly today. So
there you go.
Thank you again, Daniel,
She
for
just said
being here. How are you doing?
I'm not doing too bad, it's Charmaine. Yeah, I would normally attend the vigil.
And he always makes sure to, call them by name. He needs a connection with people.
Okay, so he did say that he wanted to attend the vigil, but he couldn't. So please, please, please put your listening ears on. We're going to listen for a little bit and then come back and forth. I still want to be able to stream tomorrow. So I'm going to try to take a little easy on my voice today. All right. He already had that date. That's what I'm telling you. That's what I'm saying. There was nothing else and there are no other dates. So the 30th was right around the time, right? Right around the time, but that was not the day that they were searching. Oh, you were on that? You were watching live? See it? If you watch it live, there's no analysis on it. That's why I'm doing it this way.
He needs to be believed.
Yep.
But we can dive into a little bit on that. I just think I would have to inform Major Crimes ahead of time so they would have enough security to maintain.
Yeah.
I say
all of a sudden he needs security, guys. What? Why is he saying that? Why is he saying that now? He's been on the forefront of this. He's been the guy on every single interview, shows up at every single everything. That makes no sense. What happened? Did I miss something
during that? But yeah, it's been a long road for 1 year. What started out as sadness and grief is, basically turned to frustration at this point.
Thank you.
Yeah. So if you don't mind, can we just we most of us have been here following this since day one, but
yeah,
can you just kind of tell us what the last year has been like for you? It's got to be quite the roller coaster. And once we get to today for you, we'll just take it from there. And I've got Melissa.
And mind you, Charmaine, is the first one that was able to get Daniel. Okay, when she was with Crime and Shame, Sunny tried to reach out to him before. He ignored her, but she has a right touch with him.
She does.
But
that's interesting.
On the other hand, I would like.
I'm telling you, everybody else has turned against him. Yeah, they're saying death threats. I didn't realize that. Because he was all over Dolly. He was all over any channel that would have him on there for an interview. He was there. What changed? What changed? That's what I ask you. But listen, guys, there's a ton of leakage in this. The ton of leakage, ton of spotting hoaxes, ton of explanations, and so much ingratiation. This guy acts like a saint to everybody when really we know he does domestic violence. We hear that he's alleged to do a raping and confinement. This is not a good old boy,
to ask some,
in my opinion,
very specific questions and analyze or be able to recognize when he's practicing avoidance. It's not going to happen. And if it happens, he probably will, stop talking to her.
Yep.
But let's see.
The backstage, she's starring your comments, so I'm not going to get to them right away, but I will hit them in a little bit. But tell us about the last year for you, Daniel. It's got to be hard.
Yeah, the last year has been fairly difficult. I mean, there's been many downs, but not ups. So it's been like an elevator, especially for me and Mom, right? Because the majority of attacks online are directed at me and Mom.
Mm-hmm.
Due to Maleyah not speaking out.
Yeah, I don't really want to call. Okay, there are people who attack. Oh yeah, sure. There are people who love to attack. There are people who use their online presence to bash. Sure, but that's not what you need to focus on. You need to focus on the people that ask the right questions and then answer them. He wants to paint everything with the same brush to make it harder to detect where the important parts are.
What?
Oh, he got a beard now, right? Full beard. All right. Looks different.
The vector of attacks have always been on me or my mother.
I don't attack. I don't think I attack Daniel. I think I point out the obvious, what's obvious to me. Let's say it like that.
But over the last, 4 months has been very difficult, dealing with Child Protective Services and the charges as well. I mean, we don't have to dive into much on that. And I don't.
Me, I. Daniel is clear-headed in this, and I'm actually surprised that he's not, that he doesn't have his face on, that he's using an icon, all right? Because he normally wants to be everywhere at all times where he's going to get recognition, and it's all about him. Yeah, I agree. I mean, I just have a bad feeling 2 kids don't really just disappear, obviously, and they don't believe someone went out into that area where it's hard to even go to. It's a long way just to get into the driveway. You look at the brush and the way that all the trees are. That's not there. It's just we would have found them if they were out there. So telling us, yes, let's continue. This is what his language reveals. What happened to Daniel? I mean, to Jack and Lilly. Excuse me.
Keep diving, dude. Especially in the part of the ocean that leads to the international waters.
Maybe we should. But I will say one thing. The alleged victims did not want to press charges against me. It's the Crown that's pursuing that.
That's what I thought. Yep. That's exactly what I thought. And again, what Anita suggested is that when they went through his phone, there could have been videos that can be interpreted possibly as rape videos. I don't know.
Thank you for that. Cuff you. So helpful. Thank you. Daniel Martell's next court date is July 7th, 2026 in Patio Provincial Court, Nova Scotia, where he is to enter an election and plea. Now, this date comes from multiple recent news sources covering the ongoing assault, sexual assault, and unlawful confinement case involving an adult complainant. So hopefully we find out more soon, but July 7th, right after 4th of July, this guy's going to go to court. And I wonder if he's going to get locked up or what.
At this point. So,
and I'm doing my best to use very mild language here, by the way.
With that out of the way, I mean, it's been difficult.
I miss listening to him and Janie.
But I maintain my strength, especially for Lily and Jack, right? Because
What else would we be here for?
They don't have a voice other than me and Belinda. And when some others do come out and talk and do interviews.
But do you see what he's saying? Like, we need to find them. I can't believe the search efforts. I can't believe what people are doing. I can't believe people are threatening me. And I'm the only one out there looking. No, he's just trying to make himself look good and give an excuse as to why he wasn't there. Right? Now, let's get back to Jack and Lilly, because we know it's not all about me. It has been, though.
It's always the defense of Maleyah. It's never providing updates to the case or providing any clarity on, things going forward. And with that, I mean, you can start with the questions, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Start with the questions.
I mean, that's
nice of you, dude.
That is really where we're at. Where once
right.
I remember back in December, I'd asked you something, I don't remember what, but then you messaged me just saying, you know what, my family lawyer has advised me to stop talking online. It's starting to affect my custody case, and so I'm not going to be able to make any more comments online. And fair enough. But since then, we've been just kind of going back over and back through all the stuff because nobody is talking. And for me, today was the rally today was I'm speechless. It pissed me off. It really did, because nobody is talking. And in order to keep Jack and Lily's names out there, we need information. And the people who love them and that should be talking don't even talk when they're given a clear opportunity to. So
okay, let him talk. What happened here? Shar, you're great. Guys, I dropped her link. but I want to hear Daniel talk. I want to analyze Daniel, and they did have the cadaver dogs out there, no shoot vaccine. I just played the video where the moment a boot print was found, and right at that excerpt, it's cadaver dogs. The cadaver dogs were taken out there, and they have had the dogs out there. And just recently, is there something else I'm missing? All right, let's continue. Come on, I want to hear Daniel.
Like I said, this is huge that you're here today and you're willing to talk about Jack and Lilly.
And again, this is something I saw a little bit of that. I saw Kent, who likes the spotlight, and he always, and I told myself, I don't want to talk about it.
We're not listening to that.
It's wearing me down. And I wouldn't if people didn't pay attention to them. I would not talk about them at all. But Kent always seems to have time to leave nasty comments here on my channel.
Sorry, Mike Demand. You're getting there. You made it when people talk shit about you. Now, let me hop back to you real quick. You just because I like no shoot vaccine, just quickly, let me show you. All right, there it is. This was the most recent search. Maleyah was out there finding a child boot size print, and then cadaver dogs out there searching. Look at that. There's a whole 5 minutes on that.
Interested in a couple items that were located. The way that the items were described to me, I don't think it'd be proper for me to say what they are because I don't know until I see them. I know that when we went up and down these logging trails, we found a lot of rags that were obviously rags that used to be clothing. And you could see there was like grease and hydraulic fluid on them, and it was likely just for the machinery. And I just wonder, before I say it's anything about a children's clothing, I want to make sure it's not just.
So that's the cadaver dogs they're talking about.
That information.
They're not filming them and putting them up, but that's what they're saying. All right. No, it's all good. I just wanted you to know that where we are a year later. All right. Now let's listen to what Daniel says happened to them and what he's not saying, what it reveals.
Okay. They're not visible. I hide them, but I still see them when they come in.
Oh, hey.
So, they're making it about a vigil. They're making it's like a vigil, right? But first you need to figure out what happened to Jack and Lilly. I saw Belinda speak for a little bit, but again, she says, yeah, we need answers. But then, look, man, what are you spending your time on? That's my question. I know what you're spending your time on. I've seen what you spend your time on. And 90+%, in my opinion, has nothing to do with finding Jack and Lilly. As a matter of fact, sidetracking. So I don't know if that's who Charmaine is referring to. I know that she had a falling out before with Belinda. I don't really care about what the details are there. I know a little bit about it. And, then I take her side.
This was a 9-hour live. We've only got like another 30 minutes of analyzing this. The more this guy talks, the more he tells us. And Anna, I'm just going to call you Anna B. Welcome to the crime crew, my friend. Good to see you. All right, let's continue.
Fully.
We're not
what she expressed before.
No 9 hours here.
Well, Daniel is doing the same thing, man. He's avoiding also.
Nah, I don't think so.
But again, he has to butter him up because that's the way to his heart.
In the case.
I'm sorry. I don't want to talk about this anymore, these people. But I need people to see things clearly. And I believe that if you come to my channel, you have a right to get Mike straight. That I tell you what I see. And I praise people all the time. I overpraise people. And when they do something that I think is counterproductive, I point it out, even when I'm the only one who's doing it.
Where it stands now. So I agree with you. CPS is one of the untouchable subjects because nobody wants to affect that in any way. So I don't want to put you in a position that's going to compromise that for you or for Maleyah.
It's not going to look good for you, Daniel, when the CPS reports come out.
And no different than your charges as well. So, but as
now, guys, remember they have CPS involved because of the baby Meadow that they had together. All right, Flojo, thank you so much for the 5 Guilty of Crime memberships. Please drop his link. He probably already did. All right. You're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. I know it's been a year, guys, and everything's in the description, Julie. But this is Mike DeMann, and his channel was just at Statement Analysis, but it's all in the description, right? It's him using this interview to analyze the junk Daniel's saying.
As far as the investigation goes, what is the last you heard? Like, I know you more than likely watched Rob McCammon the other day, and a lot of people have mentioned that it might be turning criminal now. But do you have any thoughts on that?
That'd be great.
Interview that he did the other day?
Interesting.
Yeah, I was actually called by investigators yesterday. And when I say investigators, I think everybody now knows who I'm referring to with that. I just openly don't say the names. But yeah, they contacted me yesterday and they asked if I had any concerns about, that conference.
Don't drink Diet Coke, man. It's a chemical nightmare.
Or press conference. And I never had any concerns about it because...
Okay. What are your thoughts on the criminal investigation? You bring up concerns. Interesting. The first thing that comes to mind is that he needs to be concerned. It's always important to listen to the exact question and think about how would you answer them if there was nothing that you're hiding.
Right.
And the only thing that you want is answers, no matter what the answers are. You would be fearless. You would be like me. You want to know. It doesn't.
I mean, he's running in circles here with us. So I'm trying to get to I've already broken this all down on my end. So I know what I'm looking at, but it's like, what are you doing, dude? You're just dancing around. And I wish there were more direct questions because this guy just talks around everything that you ask him. He redirects.
No matter who it is, it doesn't matter what comes out, but it has to come out. You can ask me the same thing. I wouldn't say I'm concerned because that's the last thing on my mind. There's no concern that I have. And if he has no idea, if he's not hiding anything, he shouldn't have any concern whatsoever, but he does. He brings it up.
They're going to say what they said either way, right? I can't change any of it. I can only have a perspective or subjective way of looking at it.
Uh-huh.
But what I took from that is I think they're at a tipping point where they fully believe that it is criminal, but they're still considering a missing persons case just due to the fact that it's an ongoing investigation and they don't.
Now, remember, we heard that earlier from the recap of the RCMP presser. They did a press conference that was like 17 minutes. And to me, you guys know how I am. Just regurgitating nonsense. So I just did a clip of it. And in the clip, of course, it's a criminal activity, a criminal. It's categorized as criminal at this point. Jay, you should invite him on your show. He loves to hear himself talk. He doesn't realize all. I know. But if he sees the content that I put out there, he might not want to talk to me. That's the only thing. But I hear you. Always thinking he might. You never know. Maybe when a child goes missing, the parents and any other person in the house should be tested for substance. In the beginning of this, we all thought it was from Daniel's rugs. Then we changed it. And guys, I hope you guys realize that initial story that Daniel and Maleyah gave has changed several times. The details have shifted. That's just not possible if that's what happened. Yes, great idea.
Don't want to switch it over to criminal because they don't have a solid suspect yet.
Oh, there we go. Look, what he just said makes absolutely no sense.
No solid suspect.
And you can rewind it. I'm not going to repeat it. And I actually like to go through things pretty fast, but please do me a favor. If you're serious about statement analysis, if there's anything that I'm saying that you don't catch completely, listen again, please. And then comment based on what you're hearing.
from what I'm seeing, right? But I don't know, right? I'm very limited on what they can tell me and
what you know.
Yeah. What do you know? What do you mean what they tell
shaky.
you?
When they say things that don't make any sense, there's a reason. Deception doesn't flow.
And, what they can show me or display to me.
Yeah.
So that's just my opinion, right? I don't have any solid or concrete facts.
And you know what? When people, I will talk about this later, when people say it's only an opinion that I'm giving, there can be many different reasons why people say this.
Why?
Sometimes it is that they're not telling you the truth. And they want to be able to say, well, I have a right to my opinion. That's one possibility. There are more. I'm going to get into them.
That I can, give an introduction to on that.
What?
Yeah.
An introduction to on that, yeah. So, immediately he thinks about whether there's no suspect yet, really?
Right?
Really?
Right.
What about you don't want people to know who the suspect or suspects could be?
Yeah, how could there not be any kind of suspect or person of interest in this case, guys? Make that make sense. Now, I'm in the United States. This is in Canada. Everything that it shows me doesn't say that there's going to be a public anything. But let me tell you, it was a hearing that got pushed out for July 7th, and it's not a solidified date. All right. But secondly, I think he's going to take a plea deal, guys. That what I'm reading into here and all the articles and the way things are looking, I think he's going to take a plea. I don't think he's going to go on any kind of trial or try to do any of that. Ariella, Sasha, hope RCMP find Jack and Lilly and justice will be served soon. Thank you so much, my friend. I appreciate you for the $5 super chat. Under your scars, you're grounded. You better come early tomorrow.
He's talking about a suspect. I think there are several.
Yeah.
And I know that I think it was yesterday in an article. We're going to go over it tonight on my live stream tonight. But he mentioned they got permission from a judge, which means they've got search warrants granted to re-review digital evidence. Is that something that you were aware of? And have they asked you for, have they asked you again for your phone or anything like that? Like what is your take on that statement?
My take on that is they probably, that could be anything, right? Getting a warrant could be something simple as tracing a phone, right? They need a warrant every time to trace a phone or ping a phone, so they could be doing that. Or, stuff with the phones.
I don't think he had his phone on him. He made sure he didn't have his phone on him that Thursday night when I believe he took the ATV and went towards the ocean, went to the ocean. That's also one of the reasons he so many times talked about leaving his phone behind when it was unnecessary to bring up the phone. There's a reason he keeps bringing up the phone.
Why?
In previous interviews.
Maybe there may be like some type of spyware or malware that's installed on our phones. It could simply be turned on and off, and they may need a warrant to reactivate that to look through the phone. Because after that consent form is consigned, the consent form is signed.
I wonder why he's worried about that. I mean, I, in all honesty, wouldn't worry about them tapping my phone if I didn't have anything to worry about. If anything, if I was such a stand-up person like Daniel Martell, I'd be open for it. I'd say, tap my phone. I'd try to get Maleyah on the phone and get her to, come on, man. What is she saying? I haven't heard anything from her. Well, trust me, you just missed it because she was talking a lot. We're talking about what Daniel's saying. So we'll try to focus on that. And if you need more context, I'll come back for it. Tara, thank you so much. Yeah, that leakage is insane. And I'll go over that after. If you guys missed it, I have a breakdown of what we're talking about here. Also, I think, was that you? That, let me see. So much corruption. Are you the one that emailed me? Anyway, I'm gonna send you an email back, but I also want you guys to take a look at my book, and then I'd love to send you a copy. All right, here, take a look at this, guys. There's the book that I wrote. All right, it's my book about me. And person who sent me an email, check it out. There's a link in it. You can respond whenever you want. Thank you. All right, let's continue.
That may give access to your phone at any.
You should study law, Daniel, because you are now on your way. You spent a lot of time. You spent a year, and I think very intensely. You looked into all of the possibilities, all the legal possibilities. I think. This is going to be a long one, people, so I don't know how long this video is going to be, but don't worry, I'm going to get through everything in time.
And don't worry, we've got about 20-something more minutes, and we're going to break down as we listen to. We haven't heard Daniel talk because ever since the whole incident came out, we didn't know about that he held somebody in confinement and where and what he did. I mean, that makes him look terrible now, right? And the things that Maleyah was saying, it kind of justifies it. And I'm not calling her a saint. I don't know what happened between the two, but I do know that they both, in my opinion, have knowledge of where those children are.
Time, as long as a warrant is provided.
And feel free in comments, if you have listened to this interview on Jack and Lilly Gone for 1 full year, Daniel Martell joins. If you listen to this video of Charmaine's, feel free to point out something that you have caught. And if you do, I will go directly to this timestamp.
I'm not sure on that. But when it comes to the phone, I ask investigators every time, do you guys need me for questioning? Do you guys want more polygraphs from me? Do you guys want to take my phone again? And the simple answer I get every time is, Daniel, that's not necessary and we don't need you.
Do you hear what's happening? He's been interjecting himself. All right. He's been absolutely interjecting himself. Awesome. You guys check it out. Since we did totally met the goal, we can give a book away. I was thinking about sending one to, if you're interested. So much corruption. I just don't know your real name, so I'm not sure how to coincide with the email. Yeah, he's the only reason he's saying this, guys, is because he missed the 1-year vigil and he wasn't out there searching, and he's trying to make an excuse that he couldn't go. He needed to have bodyguards because people are threatening him. And then court was around that time. He's trying to, it's all about Daniel. Me. Back. All right, let's continue.
Yeah, I want Maleyah's app that she removed because I believe that she called her mother around 11 p.m. And I believe that Daniel made sure that the things that could be considered evidence are not on his phone. You see, we need to realize what he feels safe about and why. He grows on you. But that doesn't take away from the fact that he stated a sentence about Thursday having no detail. He didn't say, I don't have details. I don't want to give you. I cannot give you any details. He said Thursday has no detail. Don't blame Thursday.
So
that is something that I wanted to ask you to verify for everybody, because I've been saying that you did indeed take a second polygraph test. You did not refuse to take a second polygraph test, and that polygraph test you did pass it. Can you please, do you mind speaking on that a little bit? And also people are saying or thinking that your test was not unlike the one that Haley said she did. She was on the news and explained her polygraph test.
And that absolutely is absolutely terrible that they have the same polygraph test. Should have.
It is, because I just was looking earlier about the polygraph test to find out the results. We don't know them. We only know the results by what Daniel tells us. And I got to tell you, what does that mean? They're in my good favor. What does that mean? Let me stop for a second and show you. Choo choo. Get on the train, Jay. Get on the J train, guys. Welcome. Thank you, Under Your Scars. Check this out real quick. I wanted to show this to you earlier because he dances around so much. Check this out. Check his dance around. We don't really know what that means, right? Joseph Morris posted this after we found out about the polygraph, if he passed, and so did he pass? He didn't give us an answer. Check this
the
out.
Children's mother, Maleyah, since May 3rd when she left the search area. He says an RCMP liaison has been assigned to keep.
You mentioned last time we chatted that you'd offered to do a polygraph test.
That is correct.
Has that already happened?
That has happened.
Right. And did you get results from that yet?
I do have results, and I don't know if I can share those results, but they were good in my favor. We'll say that.
Martell says he is glad the police have put out the additional call for footage and is again asking anyone with information to come forward. Despite not having had contact with the children's mother, Maleyah, since May 3rd when she left the search area, he says an RCMP liaison has been assigned to keep them both informed as the investigation progresses.
Trust the RCMP word, and I mean, you don't have to trust my word, but I'm the only one doing media for Jack and Lilly.
You hear what he's
trying
saying?
to keep the story alive and get them found.
You mentioned last time we chatted that
he's the only one keeping the name out there, the only one advocating, but yet he wasn't there. Because why? We don't really know. And why didn't he just say yes? Why? See, that's another point of contention here. When I'm looking at these, the different cues in the deception detective statement analysis type of thing, he doesn't answer clearly for anything. All right. I know. That's what I'm saying. The results probably saying that he did it or something that alludes to the fact. But guys, they can't do anything without any bodies. No bodies. And I think in Canada, is there any cases that are no bodies? But yes, me. I'm going to look. Let me see.
It's been completely different. I talked about this many times.
And I know that yours was different. So can you please confirm for the people what your polygraph test was and the results of that?
Yes, please.
Yeah, my one was 100% different. All the questions were different on that. And my questions were more directed towards, did you move the kids off of the property?
Uh-huh.
Why not just
tell us? Did you lead
us?
the kids off of the property? Did you sell the kids?
Mm-hmm.
Did you have help moving the kids off of the property?
Okay.
Those were my questions.
Yeah, better.
Okay.
So nothing to do with the blanket. Nothing to do with the blanket.
No, investigators know I have nothing to do with the blanket. The only time I entered Lansdowne Road was that morning. And the blanket was found at 329 or 349 or something of that nature. So
why would it have been there when the school bus went by there at 4 or shortly before 4? See, there's also, when you get statements like that, we cannot forget, okay? We cannot forget when something is said that, makes no sense. We got to have this mental marker or write it down, no matter what it is. Anything inconsistent, anything that makes no sense. You see, here, he will now try to control the flow. He'll make sure he addresses them by their names, because he needs to have a friendly conversation.
Guys, that's ingratiation. And I don't know if the card Duper's Delight is in the app, but ingratiation is with anybody. If you noticed any of the channels that he started off on, that's what he did. He's, hey, Shar, or hey, whatever, Dolly wants to be called, or whatever other channels, he uses that to be personable, for them to like him, for them to believe him. Why didn't he tell us what his response was. If he was going to tell us the questions, guys, which he did, why didn't he tell us what the answer was? I just, there's so many things and so many times that he says, I don't know how much I can say. Well, listen, guy, you can say as much as you want because I know they're not telling you who the person of interest is. They're not telling you any of the evidence. So you can say as much as you want. What you can say is, please bring Jack and Lilly home. It's been a year and we miss them and we want our family back together again. That's not anything close to what he says. And thank you, Hustle NM. Hustle in my blood. Thank you. That made me laugh. Hustle in my blood. Thank you for the $5 super sticker. Tim says, I try my best to get a case on a day. I'm going to. Oh, there you go. You guys should definitely go sign up for Ghost. And I was looking over the cases today to see which one I was going to do. And I was like, oh, I just got out of being sick. Let's do this I got ready last week before I got sick. You remember my poll, you guys? I put up a poll. All right, I want to hear this. Anna, and thank you, my girl Tiff, for that. If you, I don't know if you dropped the link, but I actually love the Guilty of Crime Ghost channel because it's got everything, all the interesting cases that you want. Annabelle, hey, he said 4 days in that the kids were in the kitchen, and a few minutes later he didn't hear them. He checked and they were gone. I know. You know what? Thank you for putting that out there. I'm gonna do a quick search while we're watching this and see if I can get how many stories he's told thus far, because it's changed so much. Annabelle, thank you for reminding that. Yeah. It's this one. It's like Patreon, my friend. Lil Red. It's just like Patreon. It's guiltyofcrime.ghost. It's the link there. Patreon doesn't like me. Apparently, I'm too. I show too much stuff that they don't want. So I got kicked off of Patreon. This is equivalent to Patreon. It's free to sign up for, and you can go for upper levels to get access to documents, etc. But you can go for free and get a ton of information, right? Carrie, hello, my friend. You decide, yes, it's free. It's nothing like Discord, you guys. I do not want anything to do with a Discord or a Reddit page ever again. How do you know Daniel's lying? That was a good one, Ruby. I did not expect that. Great one.
And he hopes that people forget to ask the right questions. And that's why I'm doing this, because I want to make sure that even though I see a lot of people, they're starting to like him now.
Nope.
You can't forget. Like him all you want, but don't overlook what's important. Please.
They know that it couldn't possibly be planted by me, in which it is planted, because investigators told me that, and I told the public that early on. No one believed me.
How about the blanket in the garbage can, Daniel? What about that one? You see, I never said that you planted the blanket that was found on Lansdowne Road. But the blanket in the garbage can, that's a whole different story.
And look at the stage we are now.
Absolutely. I've been covering the Tepe murders and Caleb Flynn, but you want me to cover the trial? I can absolutely do recaps of the trial, like opening statements, here, the meat of the things. When I say the meat, like the juicy stuff, the witnesses that are big, and I just can't cover the trials during the day because I work. I'm a 8 to 4 kind of gal. You can come, yes, but I can. And I've been covering both of those. So much corruption. Please go take a look at my playlists. Would you, Synth, drop my playlist, because I have covered several episodes on the Tepe murders and Caleb Flynn, both of them in Ohio. So yeah, I'd love to do that. If I know when, then absolutely. I just can't cover it during the day, guys. Yeah. I can't cover it during the day because I got to work. Okay. Maleyah, in the beginning or something, maybe a while ago, stated Daniel tells the police the truth, but tells the internet truthers lies. Huh. I'm not sure what that means, but weaponized cat, good to see you. I don't know how you get that crazy font, but good on you. My girl M, big hugs to you, my friend. Big hugs. Mwah. All right, let's continue. I want to be able to get through this for y'all.
Look at the stage we are right now. Okay. Oh, I get it. We should all have listened to you and believed you. Well, this part we believe, but what are you trying to say? Again, he likes to take these opportunities to point out when he was right about something. And,
Oh, yeah, he's always right, and he's the only advocate. But I want you to remember some of the things that he does, guys. A huge piece of key evidence in what he's saying is his negative assertions, guys, or avoidance. Okay. When we're analyzing something and focusing exactly what Daniel's saying, Daniel focuses on what didn't happen that night or what didn't happen the next day. But nothing happened on Thursday night. So rather than detailing what did happen, he characterizes everything as a major avoidance tactic. So keep that in mind. He's avoiding things by dancing around, by not answering the questions. He just told us about the polygraph, but he didn't tell us what his answers were. We saw he said it's in his favor, but what? Why didn't he? I can't. I don't understand. All right, let's continue.
He wants to portray himself as somebody who is right, generally speaking.
Oh, thank you.
Except there are very, very important parts that he was not correct about, that he was not truthful with. It's going to be a long one, people.
It makes your head spin if you're paying attention. All of this stuff from the beginning makes your head spin. And I know you got, and still do, get a lot of heat for some of the things that you've said. But again, you're the only one that's been consistently talking. And since you took a break all of 6 months ago.
By the way, she doesn't believe him one bit.
She doesn't believe him one bit. And
you can also see facial language right here.
I love it. Thank you, Tracy.
Let me do this real quick.
Over a year.
I'm not going to get into it too much, but I can, she doesn't believe him.
It's been 6 months since you've stopped regularly appearing on social media. It has gotten progressively worse, and now we're right smack dab in the middle of a circus, and there's 2 missing kids.
Yeah. Look, the double blink. Was it a double blink? Look, this eye movement right here. It's also a sign of deception, people. Somebody saying something that she doesn't actually believe, but wants you to believe. And again, that's how she gets him to talk. I look at everybody. It's not that I'm looking for anything. It points itself out. Let's say it like that. So if anything, if the case is not coming to a close, at least we can use all of this as a training tool. Very effective. Let's go.
Is there anything that stands out to you from the things? Because I assume that you still follow social media. Has there been anything that stands out to you?
Of course he does.
With I don't even really want to bring it up specifically, but there was a new document made with a new narrative. Do you have any thoughts on that? Do you know what I'm talking about when I talk about the Larry document? And did you have a chance to review it? Do you have any thoughts?
No, do you want to fill me in on that?
So this man, Larry.
A new narrative. Do you want to fill me in on that? Because I'm not sure. Oh my God. Okay, I didn't even realize I was looking for my Cash App and I didn't even realize it's right there. It's $Twisted J. All right, let's continue. I'm gonna email that to you. Let's see, what was your name again? Babs. I'm gonna email you that, and I'm shipping out books tomorrow, guys. So if anyone wants a book shipped out tomorrow, you can cash at me $20 plus $5 for shipping, and I'll send it via FedEx. So you'll get it in 2 days. The shipping costs me about $13-14, but I'll give it to you for $5 because I'm shipping out everything tomorrow. So let me know. You have my email. Send me an email. I've got a stack of books that you want me to sign. I'm shipping out tomorrow. Shoot me a Cash App, Venmo, or whatever. It's all down there, and I will get you a book. All right? Let's continue. I just figured I would let you guys know since I'm talking to somebody in the background about doing that.
Cameron, alleged, I don't even know what he does, but he's I don't know, some kind of cyber, whatever.
By the way, I have paid zero attention to it, but I do appreciate that maybe now, you know, she is talking about it a little bit, and I'm going to be able to decide if I should pay attention to it or not. I have a feeling that no, I shouldn't, but let's see.
Created a document not unlike Melissa's, where it's got all of, I'm not going to pull it up, but anyways, it's more of an AI thing where he uses AI to come up with
big mistake.
Yeah,
he even has sections in there of supposedly what the redactions are like. I mean, it's sorry,
big mistake.
Cyber forensics.
Ignore.
And it's open source.
Well, again, the problem is, you know, the people that promote it. Not that somebody's doing it to get attention. Anybody can do it, by the way, but that people actually share it. That's exactly the circus that's being created. That's leading away from the narrow path that will lead us to what happened to Jack and Lilly.
Information. So basically anything you can get online, which I wonder about. But anyways, long story short, his summary was basically
AI. I have seen, well, remember this one video with the very, the Winnie the Pooh voice? Like the narrator of Winnie the Pooh. It sounded like that. They used AI, and there were so many glitches in there. Statement analysis, AI, yeah. Certain things are pointed out. Half of it can be used, but it's only the simple parts. Yeah, you can use it, but if you don't know what you're doing, my advice is to stay the hell away from it.
Yeah, I'm checking out how many different stories he's told and what they are, because I did get an email from you. I won't call out your name. I don't know what your name is in chat, but thank you for sending me that. It is a little grainy. We have some different stories about Daniel Martell. He says she went out of the room and I could hear Jack cut in the kitchen. A few minutes went by. I heard nothing. Got up, went out to the kitchen, checked everything. I seen they weren't there. Checked their bedrooms and they weren't there, he says. So place they would go and their boots were gone. The sliding door was closed. Usually they don't close the door. I usually have to remind them. All right, this is one of the initial stories. Martell says that he then jumped in his vehicle and started looking for him. He searched every dirt road and searched every culvert as fast as he could until he got back and seen RCMP that were there, and they wouldn't let me back in the woods until there was a guy dressed in military gear. Well, they didn't want to mess it up the crime scene. The house is just silent. There's no more magic in it. It's just silence. That's all I can say. This is a totally different story than I heard him telling the other day, guys, by the way. I'm not sure what your name is, the boss bitch. That's the problem. You got to tell me what your name is in chat, because I don't know you guys as Beth or Joanne or Julie or whoever. What's your name?
Basically that the kids are alive and well.
Oh my God.
Taken and hidden by a reservation or somebody
Yeah.
basically possibly
Like I said.
in Maine. You know, just it almost follows the Durwood scenario, but it gave it a little.
Again, she spends a lot of time on things that she herself knows shouldn't be spent time. Shouldn't be time shouldn't be spent on. Let's say it like that. And she knows it. But that's often the problem with these long lives where people talk about things that are, and I've experienced that too, when you do a live and all of a sudden you look at your chat and people point out things that are not important. But you see, that's when I cut it off and say, let's not talk about it, okay? I have to put myself in a position almost like a judge, where I say, nope, the jury is not going to hear this until I review the evidence. Because the only thing I'm going to do is confuse people and add to the circus. And it's very important for me that I limit my speech to what is at least a very strong indicator for something important. Let's hear it.
A bit more credibility because he's a cyber or forensic cyber specialist, and you know, and that was.
I think that Fog Woman had him on, right? Yeah, some of you sent it to me, but I again,
I got it.
Ignore.
Worrisome to me that it's absolutely
okay. So she's now waffling around too. Why is she doing it? Because she spent time on it. I don't think she should have. She knows she shouldn't have. There goes the blink again. Because
I wish it would be harder questions on Daniel, but I think that the reason it's that she's going easy on him, we could tell, we could see her, kind of eye roll, kind of her body language that she's not jiving with him. But I'm just curious, why not just put a hard question out there? And if I can get a hold of Daniel Martell, guys, I promise you I will do my research and I will come up with questions and make sure I have those questions ready. And even if I ask a hard question, I know how to ask it correctly, or we can come back to it if it's too rough. You know what I mean? All right. I just sent you the email. CrimeCon is in Vegas this year, and it's at the end of this month from May 29th to June 1st. All right. I know he doesn't seem like a fall guy at all.
Of course, for obvious, it's a deceptive move. Let's say it like that on her part.
Absolutely bizarre to think, but if you don't know what it is, then I don't know.
And you don't need to know. Nobody should know. Nobody needs to know this.
Know if you can really speak on it at all. But
she cannot even linguistically commit to it having any importance whatsoever.
Why? I'm wondering why.
That's what I'm talking about, guys. That's why I'm often so critical of these types of channels, because they kind of throw everything out there and see what sticks. And we have to do better than that.
More so about, the kids being alive and well and being hidden somewhere. Do you have an opinion on that?
I guess.
Okay, that's interesting now.
Yeah, at least
dive into that, and I'll give you my subjective opinion on it. When it comes to AI, it's going to...
What about you answer the question about...
You hear that, guys? He literally he's done this the entirety of the interview, okay? This is called avoidance, negative assertions. Instead of answering the question, he dances around it and avoids it. She specifically asked about the children and what he thinks happened, which is what investigators do. An investigator will ask you, hey, so listen, da boss bitch, if you were to have killed your husband, how would you have done it? What would you say? You know what I mean? Whatever. I'm just making that up. But they always ask that. And I was ready for him to answer the question. And I knew that in his stupid explanation that he was going to start revealing his insecurities and expectation of disbelief. In contrast, honest individuals usually will just present the facts straightforward. allowing the truth to stand on its own. No stories, no dancing around. He's been doing this the entire time. She asked him not that question. She asked him what would have happened. This is why I'm critical of these types. But she asked him out there and see what sticks. Okay, it's interesting. Okay.
I get.
Okay, that's interesting. Now,
dive into that. And I'll give you my subjective opinion on it. When it comes to AI, it's
okay. That's not what she asked.
To know, nobody should know. Nobody needs to know this.
Know if you can really speak on it at all. But
you cannot. She cannot even linguistically commit.
Okay, there it is.
To it having any importance whatsoever. So that's what I'm talking about, guys. That's why I'm often so critical of these types of channels, because they kind of throw everything out there and see what sticks. And we have to do better than that.
More so about, the kids being alive and well and being hidden somewhere. Do you have an opinion on that?
I get.
Okay, that's what she asked. I just wanted to make sure. What about the kids being alive and well somewhere? What do you think about that? Okay. Oh yeah, 110%. I mean, guys, Raindrop lost. If what you're saying, you saw the charges that he has, right? He literally held somebody captive, sexually assaulted and assaulted them. I couldn't have a better word for that than a control freak. Now, she just asked him if, and this was a question a lot of people thought. They thought Maleyah took the kids and were hiding them at the reservation or hiding them somewhere. I assure you, she would be in jail right now if she was hiding the children and law enforcement, RCMP, was spending all this money and the vigils and for them just to be alive somewhere. Okay? Yes, he doesn't answer the question at all. He just dances around. She didn't ask you about AI, bro. What happened? You stopped listening?
Okay, that's interesting. No?
Dive into that. And I'll give you my subjective opinion on it. When it comes to AI, it's going to...
what about you answer the question about the claim that they're hidden somewhere?
Yeah.
Stupid claim, but I still want to know what Daniel has to say.
Right.
Scour the internet. And
the internet's always wrong, right, Daniel? The internet is unfair. The internet. Yeah.
In conjunction with everything it can pull up, it's going to pull up everything on the case, right? And it's going to compile in a scenario that it thinks is right? It's not going to pull off.
Dude, we know how to use AI. We know what AI does. That's not what she asked you. I mean, guys, if you guys don't think that this guy is guilty at all, I don't know, then maybe UFOs did come, 2 separate ones, and took each child at the same time.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. He's very careful.
Redacted documents, because the redacted documents for major crimes are sealed on
Well, I guess AI, no, never mind.
a private server, right? They can't be accessed by any...
That's not what she suggested, dude. She suggested that AI was able to, process everything, put everything in context, and with that, zoom in on the possibilities of what the redaction could have been, which is a good concept, which can work. It can also go very, very wrong. And if it goes very wrong, and the redactions are not unredacted, then people will be stuck with the wrong guesses.
Normal RCMP officer, it's major crimes officers and their team, social media team, and the guy who collects tips, and they would be the only ones who have access to that information. They'd be stored on a private law enforcement server, and they'd be encrypted as well. So AI just basically generates a gathering of everything that's compiled on the internet.
Yeah.
So basically, it just takes every well-known story that was said and runs it through a list of what happens.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't want to get into this. I have a lot more to say about this too. But
yeah, my friend, you're in Vegas. There are tickets. And if I'd have known this before, I probably would have opted for the day passes. There's even day passes now. So come on out. You should definitely come on out to CrimeCon, my friend, and meet up with us. All right. We're also having a party. I'm trying to get that all situated. This is a joke. I mean, he's dancing around. She just asked a question and didn't get an answer. And if it were up to me, I would say, well, let's back up a little bit. Let's back up a little bit. We know how AI works. We get it. It's ever changing. And yeah, that happens. More information that's out there, whether it's real or not, it all comes in. But what about the kids? Do you think the kids might actually be alive and well somewhere? All right. I don't get it. Yeah. Dan took an AI class. Who gives it? We don't need you to describe what AI does. We know.
Yeah, I think in time I will. I think on my next live, I'm going to talk more about that, just to get some clarity happening right here.
No.
It's not inaccurate.
I know. Me too.
Yeah. AI also can be, never mind. If AI takes into consideration the overload of false theories, not a good thing. So I don't know what data. Yeah, never mind. I'll get more into it later, people.
Look on everything, right? Darren has just said a lot about, the reserves and, because it's been said in so many groups and openly in group chats, AI is
going
to pull all that from the internet, pull news articles. It's going to do everything to estimate, what events took place.
AI is not able to analyze statements.
But we're still trying to ask you what happened. What's your thoughts on this? These children have been missing for over a year now. What do you think happened to them? Now, I have to share this with you. I have to, because again, this is we're gonna use AI now that Daniel literally just told you what AI is and what it does. All right. Now you guys don't need a crash course in AI. All right. So let me I wish I could share this with you. Damn it. Hold on real quick. I can share it. It's just not where I wanted to share it. I want you guys to see something. All right. Take a look at this, guys. And there's no excuse for this. There's never an excuse for this. We've been covering the Nancy Guthrie case on my channel, right? We've been covering that, and Tommaso and Annie have changed their story and the timeline several times. I ask you why? Well, the reason is why is because they have something to cover up. Fugitive TV, thank you for coming in and showing love, my friend. Go sub up to Fugitive TV as well. I'm sure a lot of people know you. I love your channel, man. The content's great. Okay, take a look at this real quick. So he's dancing around, okay? He's dancing around, and I want you to see. I was telling you, but it's not the same impact as if I tell you and I show you. That thus far, there's 3 different stories about that morning, okay? Let me show you. I'm just going to come right up here on my notes. All right. Based on all the verified reports, Daniel Martell has given 3 distinct conflicting accounts of what happened on the morning Jack and Lilly went missing. These contradictions come from police statements, media interviews, and court document summaries. Okay. All right. Below is a precise breakdown. How many different stories? At least 3 versions of the morning timeline have been documented across police interviews and public statements. These versions differ in what he says he heard, what he says he did, and when he claims he searched. All right. 3 stories. Here's the first one. We were asleep and the kids wandered off. Newsweek summary of court documents and 911 call. Maleyah called 911 saying the children wandered away while she and Martell were asleep. Now, this version implies no awareness of the children leaving and no specific morning activity before they vanished. 0. All right. Key features, both adults sleeping, no mention of hearing kids before They were awake, no mention of searching before 911, presented as an accidental wandering off scenario. That's number one. All right. Number two story. We heard the kids inside the home that morning. All right. Source, solve the case summary of statements given to RCMP. Martell and Maleyah reported hearing the children inside the home that morning. Then only realized that the children were gone when the home went silent. This contradicts the "we were asleep" version. Guys, what do you think about that? Drop your thoughts in chat. Now, this is story number 2. Key features: adults were awake and aware. Heard the children moving around. Silence triggers concern. It also implies a later disappearance than in version number 1. All right. This is 3. Just simple, everything documented, what he said from articles, RCMP, social media. Number 3, he says, I searched for hours, driving around and running into the woods. Source, solve the case summary of Martell's statements to officers. Martell told police he searched for hours, driving around and running into the woods. Now, this contradicts version number 1, where they were supposedly woke up and immediately called 911. It also contradicts version number 2, which does not include any prolonged solo search. Key features: claims of extensive personal searching, driving around the area, running into the woods, and it implies a long delay before 911 was called. Now, additional inconsistencies, not separate from stories: statements about the relationship in the morning context. Court documents show Martell gave different explanations on May 2nd, 4th, and 6th about whether he and Maleyah were fighting, whether he was awake or asleep, and what he heard that morning. Now, these aren't full stories of the disappearance, but they shift context around that morning timeline. Now, public interviews versus police statements, YouTube analysis, not a primary source, but summarizing why the contradictions matter. The 3 versions differ on critical investigative points. Were the adults awake? That'd be a big deal if they were. No in part, and no in story 1, yes in story 2, and yes in story 3. So in the first one, they weren't even awake. They woke up, kids were gone, it was too quiet. Did they hear the kids? Story 1, no, they were sleeping. Story 2, yes. Story 3, unclear. We don't know. Did Daniel Martell search? Is story 1, no, he was sleeping. Story 2, no. And then the last story, yes, he searched for hours. What did they notice? When did they notice the silence? Story 1, it was never mentioned. Story 2, central detail about when they noticed. And story 3, not mentioned ever about the silence. Now, lastly, time before the 911 call. In this one, they woke up, they woke up because it was silent, and they ran straight to the phone to call 911. In story number 2, we don't know when they called 911. And in story 3, the long delay was implied because they were searching before calling 911. All right. Anyway, I hope that helps you a little bit to see the lies that he's been spewing and to see them all in one spot. This is what he's out there telling the public, y'all.
At this point in time, correctly, AI can be confused.
Millie.
Right. And I mean, the more AI information that's out there, right or wrong, then that starts feeding into the algorithm. And I was saying the other day on a show that now if you Google, you can't even be sure that that's factual information because it's AI pulling from everything right or wrong, true or false. But that's what we're getting in.
So why are we talking about AI then? Let's go back around to what you think happened to the kids. And Daniel, tell us again, what happened that morning? Dan. All of a sudden, his name's Dan. All right, Dan.
Google searches now. And
Right.
So that's correct, because if you get 10,000 people.
So he doesn't want to say it directly, but he knows the whole reservation thing is complete nonsense. It's a form of avoidance, but
probably.
How long have I been doing this now? 36 minutes? Okay. Well, I'll keep going a little more.
People to go search one thing is Jack and Lilly on a reservation, right? And you get 10,000 people to do that.
Oh, there
that's
you go.
That's going to raise any algorithm for AI, and that's going to be frequently asked questions. So it's going to push that question first when people want to know where's Lilly and Jack. It's going to automatically jump. People think they're on a reservation. I personally don't think that because
he feels the need to tell us why.
Yep, over-explaining.
Well, I think that they're not there. Go ahead.
At this point, if they were ever found on a reservation, that band would take a massive amount of heat. And there is possible with the large scale of this investigation that, they may be able to do something federally with that band or the federal land at this point if they're, harboring victims of a crime.
Right.
Interesting choice of words, right? Harboring victims of a crime.
Yeah, that is an interesting choice of words because he talked about earlier them not treating as a criminal case that he knows of. But what is he talking about now? The victims of what? What are they a victim of? Tell us what happened that morning. How about you tell us what happened the night before?
Be specific, Daniel. What crime?
Right? What crime?
What is the crime? Not a crime. What is the crime?
That's what, I talked to a First Nations lady the other day in my area, and she said they would be risking so much, and they've fought so long and so hard. Doesn't matter where in Canada, they would be risking all of that. Really quickly, though, there's some stuff that I want to get to in chat. People are just really thanking you for coming out today, Daniel, and I super appreciate that. Here's one that I thought would be good to highlight. I have no doubt that you have no idea.
Daniel, we haven't seen each other in years, but I remember the little boy who played with Sunny the dog and had the brightest smile. I hope you can find the little boy inside of you again. Yeah.
Who this is, but I do. And she says, Daniel, we haven't seen each other in years, but I remember the little boy who played with Sunny the dog and had the brightest smile. I hope you can find that little boy inside of you again. So a little bit of this is your life, I guess, and you can play a guessing game with yourself if you want.
That's been a long time. I don't know for 100% on that, but that's been a long time.
Yeah. Shar, can you ask Daniel if there's any way Maleyah could have done something to the kids without you and Janie knowing? And thank you for the answer in advance.
Go for it.
I don't think so. It would have been physically impossible for her to move them off of the property.
I'll hand them over to somebody without you knowing. Yeah. And that's where you and your mommy don't really see eye to eye. And your mommy, of course, is on overprotective mode. At least you have a little more sense than your mom right now. And you've learned the hard way. If you throw too much garbage out there, it's going to come back to you. But your mom is not that sad. Your mom is not like you because you read a lot. You read about the reactions that, that your statements trigger. And your mom doesn't. Your mom is just like.
I think that's why he's not on a big platform, right? I'm not trying to down hers. Even my channel is small. I'm almost at 35,000, but he can go on back onto Dolly. He was on Dolly's. He was Clutch and Pearl's a little bit bigger, but not as much. He can go on any episode he wants, but he doesn't want to. He wants to go to these smaller channels so he can say what he wants to say and nobody's going to call him out unless we happen to run across it. I don't know. Why would you want to do another polygraph? And what are you talking about giving up your phone if you already know? Yeah, I don't. There's something just not right with that man and not right with this whole situation. And when I say anomaly, this case is an anomaly. When's the last time you heard of two kids simultaneously missing, and now it's over a year and we have nothing. Thank you so much, Midnight Lace, for the Guilty of Crime membership. Elvin says, my son disappeared for 5 minutes at our local carnival over 15 years ago. I can remember the details to this day, and they would be the same as the day it happened. No other stories. Well, Elvin, that's because you're telling the truth. It's easy to remember the truth when you're telling it, right? I'll tell you guys the same story 20 times. You'll say, Jay, you already told me that story. Okay, but it's the same story I've already told, because it's not a story. It's what happened. It's the truth. That's why your details don't change. I think he thinks we're all dumb. I did think that they tossed the blanket out there because they found it after. And not only that, Daniel's the one that was out there kind of contaminating things and driving around for hours. So the damn blanket, I think they put it there. I think that they placed it there along with some of the other things. I just heard Daniel talking about exactly what the kids were wearing, that they had on boots and that he knew what color. He knew. How the hell did he know that when they were sleeping? It just doesn't make sense. Make it make sense. Ugh, I can't.
Well, this is what I have to say, and this is,
herself, right? Because when I jumped in the vehicle that morning, when she was still in the dispatch call, the vehicle, the white Nissan Pathfinder, I know some people always say, Daniel, you always give a description of Maleyah's car. Yeah, and that's important. Details are important. So when I jumped in the car.
Yeah, details are important, dude. You said it. Let's see when you're going to practice some more avoidance right now. I know it's coming.
The engine was still on cold, right? So I had to wait a couple seconds for the RPMs to lower. So I knew the vehicle was not driven that day. So, and the kids are not on the property. So there's nothing that Maleyah could have done to the kids that morning.
That morning. You got it. That morning.
Yes, that morning. And guys, this brings me back to, I do not think it happened that morning. Now, if anyone in chat could just tell me if you guys remember what day it was. I know they had missed school. They took both of them out of school. I thought it was on a Thursday. So Friday they would have missed school because they were missing. Okay. But yeah, that doesn't make sense. He has done the second polygraph. Did you move the kids? First one. Did you kill Jack and Lilly? But he's telling us it was in his favor. But what does that? No, I think it was both of them. I think there was an accidental something that happened, whether it was they left their methamphetamine or their some kind of drugs. The kids got into it, and they, instead of wanting to do life in prison, Daniel took the bodies out and did something. And they're not close because Daniel also thank you. So Thursday they called him out, and it would have been Friday morning. So instead of, that doesn't make sense, because that it makes sense, but it doesn't, because Friday morning, wouldn't the parents have to be awake to get them ready for school? That doesn't make sense. Yeah, I believe that too. I believe 110% it happened the Thursday night, and why he keeps harping on the fact that nothing happened that morning, and then it changes. I think something happened the night before. He had plenty of time. He didn't take his phone. He left his phone and all tracking devices, and he took the kids. That's just my opinion. And the more information that comes out, that's the more I think it. Yeah, they got called Friday, but that's because they're trying to say the children were so quiet and silent that they woke up and were like, what the heck? Well, I just gave you 3 different stories. All right. So it was Friday. It was a school day. Yeah, I think it was Thursday night too. And we still, that's in your opinion. In my opinion, we don't even really know that they had a party, so to speak.
Right. And
Friday wasn't it. And you're not even going to try to convince us anymore, because you know how ridiculous it is.
I don't know.
Well, I'm going to go a little bit more. Should I?
It was Saturday, AM?
Interesting, right?
Let me look. I'm about to look at that timeline.
Well, I gotta do some other stuff real quick. Goodness gracious, people. How is everybody doing?
What about the night before? Like, just because you don't really remember, you knew it was getting dark when you went in the house, and
No, Charmaine, don't answer for him.
Yes, don't. What are you doing?
Don't let him answer. Don't give him the answers.
The kids were already in bed, so
I want to hear it from him. That's a big mistake.
Yes, don't narrate for him. That is a big mistake. And guys, Jack and Lily did go missing on a Friday, May 2nd, but there was not school that day for them. All right. The day they disappeared, all major sources agree. The children vanished in the early morning of May 2nd. CBC confirms they went missing on May 2nd. All right. They're saying that morning because they called in. All right. That Solve the Case confirms that they were last seen at home on the morning of May 2nd, according to Daniel and Maleyah. Right? No, they weren't kept home from school. According to the police documents, Daniel said both children were kept home on Thursday, May 1st, and Friday, May 2nd, because Lily had a cough. They also missed school on Wednesday, April 30th, due to a teacher PD day. So they weren't there Wednesday, they weren't there Thursday, and they weren't there Friday. And we don't know when the last time somebody else saw them, but documented Friday, May 2nd. So technically school was on Friday, but they were kept home because one of them had a cough. Damn. If I were RCMP,
you don't want to give the subject the answers and make it too easy for them.
Mm-hmm.
Because you take away the possibility that they're going to leak some information.
I don't know. We've heard many different stories.
Yeah, minimization.
Yes.
It's almost like a form of gaslighting again, where she's saying now, yeah, this is stories, this is nothing really. But I want to ask you anyways. Well, okay, I think this may be a style that works with him, where, you ask a question and say, oh, by the way, it's nothing. It's probably nothing. When in reality, that's what it's all about. The Thursday, the night before. That is my area of interest, people. 100%.
Yeah, but Tuesday is way too early. I didn't even realize Wednesday was a teacher's day. Thursday was supposedly their party day. And Friday was the day they went allegedly missing. We don't know. We do not know. And guys, I found the full clip waking up on May 2nd, and it's going to be another story. But I want to show you the house and the full property. I only saw this before with Jamie, but it was just like a little quick 3-4 minute news clip. I actually have the full 8 minutes of waking up on May 2nd. What happened? Calling 911, hearing the kids play, kids disappearing, their fort in the woods. I have so much to say about this, and it all contradicts what Daniel and Maleyah have been saying. All right. They were seen at Dollarama. Which day? That's the thing. Which day? Whatever the last day was, I think they were definitely long gone by the time 911 was called, guys.
From Maleyah's side about, Daniel slept all night. Daniel was up all night. I walked in on Daniel doing drugs.
And notice how he doesn't really say anything right now.
Because he's doing
As a matter of fact, he's leaning back, happy that she's giving the answers for him.
I don't know.
Because now,
maybe
you cannot necessarily count it as an avoidance. And that's what he wants.
And something living around Daniel drugged me. So, whatever. I don't even
I'm not interested. I want to hear from him.
To get into that with you, but is there something about that night that you've been able to think back on? Have you like racked your brain about that night at all?
I've said this openly before. When I walked by Jack and Lily's room at just a little bit after midnight, I've said this before. I flicked on.
Wait, was it after midnight or was it before midnight? I thought it was before midnight. I have to listen to it again.
The lights, and both of them were sleeping, and they were underneath the covers, and that was after 12.
Flick the lights on. I believe the lights were on around midnight for a while. I believe he came back to get some items. And I believe that it's possible somebody could have seen the lights on. And that's why preemptively he is volunteering information about him flicking the lights on people. Preemptively wanting to explain something, giving a false explanation for something that could be used against him. It's a very highly sensitive subject matter here. But what I'm interested in is between 8 and 10 p.m. What happened then? Not afterwards. Not what you already volunteered. I'm interested in what you have not volunteered.
Oh, God. And there's a lot he hasn't volunteered. He's told us what didn't happen, but he hasn't told us what happened. And I want you to understand that when people aren't able to give you details like that, when they're not able to tell you, man, I woke up that morning, I was scared. As a matter of fact, it must have been about 8:30 because I smelled mom cooking her. I already smelled some toast that smelled burnt over coming from her house. And man, it was bright outside already, but like no details whatsoever in any of the stories, but they keep changing. And when she talked about him doing drugs and somebody saying that he was doing drugs, he did not deny it. So yeah, I mean, I just kind of I just gave you a real good indicator of how many times that happens when you leave drugs laying around. Yes, they probably would have only gotten manslaughter, but when you're tweaking or you're all out of your mind on who knows what, your judgment's not going to be as it's not going to be, it'll be very impaired, we'll say.
That you should get more into detail with what happened, Daniel. When did the kids go inside? Yeah. When did you go inside? What did you do? What was Maleyah doing? I want to know the details. I want to hear from you. Everything. And this is where we're at, my friends. We are back to the avoidance. And, you know, I give her credit for this part where she is getting back into it. Remember, when I brought it up with Janie, immediately Janie was like, well, I can tell, you know. I think I'm done for now, guys. But I want to hear a little bit about the Thursday that had no detail.
So, and I did see Lily that morning twice, you know, as I said, and I heard Jack in the kitchen. So there was nothing that happened on Thursday night. And I'll touch on some of the others.
What do you mean there's nothing that happened on Thursday night?
Right?
Tell us what happened. Don't tell us.
Exactly. You guys, I hope you guys are picking up what we're putting down, because that's crazy. It's Nova Scotia, Canada, my friends. What's up, Crazy Jane? Good to see you. Now, listen, we've got the avoidance thing down real well. He avoids everything. We got the preemptive volunteering. Guys, Daniel mentioned flicking on the lights at midnight to see the kids. Now, the speaker suggests that he's volunteering. And he's designing that to explain away a potential inconsistency before it's ever questioned. So the reason he says that, in my opinion, oh, I flicked on the lights and the kids were there. He's telling us this didn't happen the day before. And he just told us again, nothing happened on Thursday. What do you mean nothing happened on Thursday? You guys didn't get up and make the kids breakfast? Didn't one of them have a cough? You didn't give them cough medicine and only make them chicken noodle soup? What do you mean nothing happened? You had 2 children home that you claim are really autistic and scream a lot, etc. And nothing happened that Thursday. isn't that odd? All right. So he's trying to explain away the night before. He's literally explaining it by saying they were in their beds at midnight on the prior night. And then Friday, they were gone. Also, if you notice, Daniel's a kiss ass, which can also be the same thing as ingratiation to people. All right. He literally, social greasing, he frequently uses people's name like Charmaine, Belinda to build rapport and give himself credibility. All right, that analysis suggests that it's an attempt to create a friendly atmosphere so the interviewer forgets to ask the hard questions and do more investigation around it. And then lastly, Daniel uses definitive language to state it was physically impossible for Maleyah to have moved the kids, citing a cold engine as his primary proof. It's just wild. Like, all this stuff tells you a story, and he's telling the story for himself. What he's not telling us is what happened. He's telling us what didn't happen.
What didn't happen. When they tell us what didn't happen, it can also be a major avoidance where they don't want to tell us what took place. If you have an accident and you tell us what you... Okay, never mind, guys. I think I'm going to stop this right now. I think that this part needs to be examined a lot further.
Yeah, we're gonna continue. I mean, we're not gonna cover this every day, but Jack and Lilly need attention, guys. It's been over a year, and they have not been brought home. But I do want you to see this. I want you to see the full one, because I think last time I didn't get to show. I didn't have the full one, and this one shows Janie in Nova Scotia showing the property. But what's really odd about the property in this is how well cleaned up they did, like a staging, because that didn't look, even though it still looks old and kind of trashy. I'm not gonna be judgy. That's fine, but that is not how the house looked before. There's not even a railing up here. It's the weirdest thing. But check this out. I need you guys to see this because of everything that we've looked at and talked to. I've got a lot of points here. Okay. Darlene says, I feel like it all took place Thursday. Maleyah is well aware, as well Jane did not hear kids in the morning on Friday. I agree. They didn't hear kids on a Friday because all of it happened on Thursday night. That even almost gives him away, gives the damn thing away. What if, guys? And again, there's all possibilities are on the table. I'm not a conspiracy theorist, but I will give you my honest, humble opinion. When Daniel says that midnight on Thursday, he went and flicked the lights on to make sure they were there. What if that Thursday night when he went to flick the lights on to see if they are there or check on them, what if they had got into their drugs and overdosed? Remember, 2 kids around the same age. One of them is a little older, 4 and 6. There's a leader. There's a follower. One does it. The other does it. I mean, I feel like he's telling us something major happened at midnight on Thursday. All right. Just think about that. The interview gets better as time goes by. I know it's 8 hours. That's a problem. That's why we can't. Yeah, that's why I can do more, but I can't do it all. So let's take a look at this. I'd be told clean this up. They made this look, they staged the shit out of it. But I have questions. How do they have a fort way out there if the kids aren't even allowed to be out there, like Maleyah says?
So this is the patio.
This is the patio door
that Jack and Lilly would have.
That Jack and Lilly came out of.
Ridiculous. Hit that like, guys. Thank you.
So it's the morning of May 2nd. Take me through what happened.
Okay, I was up at 6 o'clock, sat in there and had my tea.
All right, please pay attention to this story, okay? Because this is waking up This is Janie's version now of what happened. And this is Daniel Martell's mom. Again, none of these places really look kid friendly, but I'm not going to try to judge.
And then on Facebook, 7 o'clock, I get up, come over here.
I'm not buying it.
Fed my chickens. My brother, Ron, called me at 8:48 and asked me if I wanted to go to town with him. And I said, no. I said, I'm staying home. I said, I'm going back to bed. Okay, I went and I laid down. Next thing you know, my dog started barking and the kids were out in the yard. Now, you can see there's 2 swings.
Wait, what?
Where the kids play. My bedroom is right there. I heard the kids. This is where the kids' swings are.
Okay, so now she's giving them an alibi as to say that nothing was wrong with the children. As a matter of fact, they were outside playing and she heard them that morning. I mean, they're just really trying to convince us that it was that morning. Okay. Wow. I know. I'm telling you. Let's keep going. And they've cleaned it up quite a bit. Their cleanup is duct tape and I don't know what else, but I wouldn't call this clean.
This is where they always played.
Past tense.
And so that's where
I heard them. And I can hear everything.
This is where they play. Now, mind you, guys, this was July 18th of 2025. Okay, this is months after the 2 children went missing. She's already using them in past tense. She doesn't say the kids play here. They play here and then they run to grandma's house. She's talking about them like we already know they're gone. Now, this is not a year from now. This was pretty soon after. All right, keep that in mind too. She's hearing the kids playing that morning.
In that trailer. If 2 kids get out of a fence, and Jack and Lily are all the time yelling, especially Lily, come on, Jackie, let's go, Jackie, let's go, Jackie. It's all I hear out here.
You sound
the kids
bothered.
get out of the fence and come out through here, I would have heard them yelling, come on, Jackie, let's go, let's go. I didn't hear anything. The next thing I heard is I heard Daniel yelling. He was yelling for Jack and Lily. I didn't get up because I thought he was yelling for Jack and Lily in the house. So the next thing you know, I came out of the trailer after I heard Daniel, about, I'd say 10 minutes after I heard him, I come out of the trailer. I opened up the door.
Yep.
Was standing here.
And that.
Maleyah was standing.
She's got all the details, boy.
Right here.
How does she have all those, like, literally down to the minute, down to the second, down to the area? What? And again, I have no faith in this woman. I absolutely think she'll say anything that Daniel asks her to say.
With Meadow on her hip. And I come out and I said, what's up? She said, Jack and Lily are missing. I said, how long? She said, about 20 minutes. I closed the door, got my boots on, came out here, ran up in the woods. Just right up here. The kids have a little fort that they made out of sticks and fir branches. And that's where they go. You can see them and hear them. We went for walks in the woods. I had to practically carry Jack through the woods because there was no way that he was walking through all that tree falls and bushes. I did this whole area. There's an old road up back.
Wow, she could barely even walk and they play out there. What? I love that. Sadie's mama, you almost made me spit. Guess they don't have bras in Canada. You're killing me. I know, Darlene, right? The only people that stay up all night fixing fences, fixing a fence, no gate, it's all scripted. I'm pretty sure I don't stay up all night fixing anything except my dreams about how good I'm going to be tomorrow. What in the hell is going on here? That's why I'm showing this, because I hadn't seen the full version of this yet. Yeah, I mean, she could be Absolutely. But the thing is that she's covering for Daniel. She don't give two shits about Maleyah. She'll throw Maleyah under the bus. She just cares about Daniel.
When I got up to the end, to the top of the hill, I met Daniel. And I said to him, I said, did you find them? He said, no. He said, you coming with me? I said, no. I said, I'm going to search.
I only saw part
search
of
this
it.
area. Because when she told me the kids were missing, you automatically think they went into the woods. That's your first, that was my first instinct.
Hey, Farquhar.
So I went up and I did this whole area, this whole wooded area, right up to the top of the dirt road, came back down here and came back down the side of the road, came back down here and came back up the same spot. I went back into the house. By the time the cops were here, I don't know exactly what time, I didn't take my phone. The cops were here. There was a bench sitting here, or a sawhorse, it's over there, was sitting here. I was sitting on it, bawling my eyes out. I was crying because I blame myself for not getting up that morning.
Oh my God, this
to
lady.
See the kids. Because if I would have got up, this wouldn't have never happened. Okay?
Send me a link.
That's why I was crying.
We've heard a lot about the patio door.
Okay.
Yeah. So let's go see that.
Sure.
So this is the patio.
And that's exactly what I'm looking at here. I pulled out 4 cards before we got started, and this is for all of them today. Ingratiation, spotting hoaxes, leakage, and explanations. She's way over explaining. Liars tend to offer outrageous explanations for why things happen, right? But that's revealing, it's revealing their insecurity and exception of disbelief. In contrast, individuals will be just straightforward and present the facts of what happened and when. They don't go into these what they call I never can say that, super and then FLU, superfluous. Is it superfluous explanations? It might be a sign of deception when you're over telling something to that degree. And then she goes on to blame herself. Okay.
This is the patio door.
That Jack and Lilly would have.
That Jack and Lilly came out of.
Okay. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And so tell us why we've heard about the patio door.
Because everybody's saying on Facebook, on YouTube, on TikTok that the patio door makes a noise.
I heard a noise. Not
they
a lot.
didn't hear the door open.
But they
the bedroom
did.
is back there. Okay.
That far window.
The last window is the bedroom.
Oh yeah, and that house just looks so insulated, right? I bet you they have major insulation behind this metal rotten wall that the insulation was so good they didn't hear a thing. But why is it that in Daniel's instance, was it time number 2 or number 3? They heard it. They heard the door. They knew that what they were wearing to the level of flower boots and the shirt and everything. It makes no sense.
And so they would have come out this door.
Yes. They would have come out this
that
door.
morning.
Yes.
And then they went and played on the swing set.
Yes.
And that's when you heard them.
That's when I heard them.
Right?
Right here in this area here. I plan on putting a pool up this year for the kids.
Shittle.
You need level ground for a pool.
They're all tweakers.
That's what I was doing. I was leveling out the ground to set up a pool.
And this is the Thursday.
This is Thursday.
Right.
Friday, all the investigators, search and rescue and everything, right around here was where they found the only footprint.
This is where the boot.
This is where I was breaking that night. That's where the boot print was found. In the mud where I...
Good night, under your scars. Thank you so much. And guys, in my opinion, these are all tweakers. Okay? This just doesn't make sense. She's leveling mud to build a pool. She could barely walk, but she's going to dig a pool for the kids. Come on, man. Get real, lady. What? Yeah, she's going to go out to the pool at a resort, and then you can go in through the sliding door and hear everything because you can't. It's so well insulated. What the I mean, this makes no sense.
I was raking.
I thought there was 2.
Now let me remind you, she skipped over all of the important parts that we would like to know about what law enforcement did, what they said, how they acted, where they searched. She skipped all over it like it was nothing. She goes, oh yeah, and by the way, the boot print, but nonetheless, I'm going to make a pool. That's what I was going to say, Em. Were you digging a grave? Wow, they're all mathematicians, man, in my opinion.
Footprint.
There was supposed to be a footprint found way up on the pipeline.
Right.
She is very defensive as well.
Maleyah sent me the picture of it. That's all I know. There was a footprint found.
Okay.
But I'm telling you, the footprint was here. The only one that they can confirm that was Lily and Jack's was right here.
So it was child size.
Yes, a man, one of the investigators came in here and was measuring it all.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not here to lie. The reason why I wanted you guys to come here and do the interview here is to show you exactly where everything took place.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And just
oh, listen, sweetheart, you did the opposite. You didn't tell anybody exactly what took place. You guys cleaned up the house as much as you could with the duct tape and the Gorilla Glue, and then you brought her over and just skipped over all the important things. And you're super defensive, lady. Like, what, you think you're going to get your son out of trouble when they find the children's bodies? Because you showed the evidence and it was right there, but now it's gone? Come on.
Show people that this is what happened.
Hey, Melissa, love you.
All the stuff that people, all the rumors and accusations about us murdering the kids and burying them on the property. This place has been searched thoroughly. The well has been checked. The septic tank.
She's like, bitch, we didn't bury her on the property. On Thursday night when we found them dead in the room, we took them way out there and we left our phones back behind where you're never going to find them. What are you talking about? You think we're dumb enough to bury them on our property? Oops. I mean, did I just say that? What? Oh, she's crazy. They're out of their mind.
All the barns were searched. My RV was searched 3 times. The trailer was searched. This whole place was searched. If they want to come back and search again, they're more than welcome.
Sure, because
you've talked about drones flying over your property. You've talked about cars driving down the road and slowing down. What's that been like?
I'm scared to go out sometimes in my own property. I mostly stay around back here. And if I do go out front for anything, I usually have my head down because I don't want people to see who I am.
You're not the victim, lady.
That is me myself. It's not because I'm hiding from anybody. I don't like to be on camera.
How about you just say, now that you have an outreach, anybody knows where Jack and Lilly is, please bring them home. They complete our family. I love waking up to them in the morning, even though it's loud. Yada, 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 whatever. This lady's out of her mind.
I don't like my picture taken. I'm just a quiet person that just wants to be left alone.
True.
And I mind my own business. I'm just a hermit.
Do you feel as if the finger has been pointed towards you and Daniel?
Yes, I do.
Look at this guy and his high
Because I live on the property. Come on.
Look at that place. It's
Do
garbage.
you think your son had anything to do with the disappearance of Jack and Lilly?
No, I don't believe Daniel had anything to do with the disappearance of Jack and Lilly. Our heart don't lie, and my heart is telling me that my kid did not have nothing to do with this, and I had nothing to do with this.
Look at her eyes, man. She's got pin drops. It's so messed up that people with blue eyes can't tell that we can tell. When you have blue eyes and you're doing some kind of drugs, oh boy, either your pupil gets really big and you don't have blue eyes anymore, or the blue has a pin drop. This lady's out of her mind. All she did, in my opinion, was to try to get herself and her son out of this. She don't give 2 F's about Maleyah. She might as well just point the finger, right? She's very quiet and to herself. Yeah, she did. What the hell? She don't want to be on camera, right? She's tweaking. Look at her eyes, though. In my opinion, they're blue with just a pin dot. Come on, man. If I had blue eyes, I'd show you what I mean, but mine are brown. Mine are like, Hispanic people brown. You can't see. Yeah, I'm calling BS too. This is bullshit. She just did a giant line or smoked or whatever she did.
You know, if something bad happens, you get like your heart drops. Mine hasn't dropped. Deep down in my heart, I do believe Jack and Lilly are alive. It's not because of what people are saying. It's my heart tells me that they are alive.
Oh, yeah? Is that right? Is that right? How come I don't believe you? Something says it's not right. Let me see. I think I have one more clip just to kind of wrap this up. We saw the boot print. We saw the property. Law enforcement still asking for help. So we're going to take a look at this year mark and what they want from you. And then we will wrap it up, guys. We want justice for Jack and Lilly. I mean, it's been a year, guys. Does anyone think that they are still alive? I know she looks like she eats cigarettes. Oh my God, I love you guys. My throat hurts. That's the only reason I'm not like laughing at her. I'll be all, ugh. She said she didn't like to be on camera. She's in front and center and YouTube, Facebook. Yes. Thanks for reminding me. I pulled that out because I wanted to show it to you. And you're right. Jack and Lilly Facebook. She doesn't want to be seen on camera. What? Say what? Say that again, lady? Hold on. Let's come back. Thank you. Thanks for a reminder on that. Let's take a look at the Facebook here. And hey, everybody. Thank you for being here. If you just came in, hit the like. If you're leaving, hit the like. If you get a chance to hype the video, you ever see the videos, hype them. That helps a lot. 4 and 6. Crazy Jane. 4 and 6. The Lily was 6 and Jack was 4. Again, I don't believe that they're with us any longer whatsoever at all. So this has got 20,000 followers here. Find Jack and Lilly. All right. They went missing May 2nd, 2025. So now Lily would be 7 and Jack would be 5. They've been gone for a year. Just kind of taking a look at what's here. I haven't seen this 1 hour. Good night, Lily. Good night, Jack. Who's running this page? Let me see. About. Let's look at the about page. A dedicated page of awareness. Okay. Oh, is that her? You're right. She's all over this. If that's her, she doesn't want to be seen. There's 143,000 people watching.
My heart tells me these babies are gone. My heart tells me that.
Oh, yeah? Now?
I am the grandmother of Lily and Jack. I am the grandmother on the biological father's side. My son is Cody Sullivan. He's not in jail. He's never been out west.
A different mom.
He does not have a criminal record. He's and right now he's living with me. He has been for 9 months.
Yes.
How did you find out that Lily and Jack were missing?
The mom of my grandson called me. We were in town.
Totally different,
She asked if I heard the news. She sent me the article that was on Facebook showing the kids missing. I couldn't call Maleyah yet, so I waited till we got home. And I called while I didn't call.
Yeah, Allie, I think you got to go back to the beginning. At the very beginning of the video, the first 30 minutes was all about Maleyah being at the 1 year search and the vigil. Maleyah was there, but Daniel wasn't. So that's what we know about her right now. That's all we know about her right now, right? Let's take a look a little bit more and then I'll
call her. I texted her. And she told me that, yes, that the kids were missing, that they've been missing since this morning. I was in a state of panic. shock. But in the back of my mind, I kept saying, well, they'll find them. I mean,
see how fast she talks.
I'm assuming that they'd find them. So I told her, well, we'll head out first thing in the morning and help with the search. It was around between 3 and 3:30 in the morning. A couple of cop cars pull into the driveway. The lights wake me up that I'm a fairly light sleeper, so I see the cars pull in, so I knew what it was.
3:30.
So they come inside. They only stood in the kitchen. They wanted me to wake Cody up, and they wanted to know when was the last time he had seen the kids, and that they were just making sure that the kids weren't here. And then they left. So we showed up Saturday morning, me and my sister, and we met up with my daughter, and we started, well, I asked Maleyah, I said, you know your kids. Nobody knows their kids like their mom. Where do your kids normally go to play out in the yard? What direction do they usually like to explore? And she said, well, they always play up in the little woods right on the side. I said, well, okay. I said, we'll start from that point and we'll work our way out. We had spoken to a search and rescue and we weren't allowed on the other side because that's where they were searching at the time. So we just started combing through the woods up through there. We were gone for a couple of hours. I'm yelling for Lily and Jack.
Mabster, what's up? You're on vacation, my friend. Yeah, this is just, I mean, I don't want to go through all this whole case again, but I mean, you can see the stark difference between the grandmothers.
Lily is, she was my little dream girl. That's the first granddaughter.
Guys, Lily looks exactly like Maleyah. Tell me she doesn't. Feel better. Thank you. Thank you. I the last 2 days, my throat was all swollen and coughing. Now I'm coughing up phlegm, so I'm okay. I just don't want to use my voice too much. Yeah, Key West, baby. I saw you out on a boat earlier. I love it. Love, love, love when people get to have a good time on vacation. Tell me that doesn't look exactly like Maleyah. Oh my God, that face. Yes, that's the other grandma, the biological father. Look at you, Mom, picking up on that. All right, let's continue. Chilling like villains. No, you better not be a villain or you won't be chilling anymore. Don't get arrested in Florida. Florida's hard.
And I love that she had the brown hair and she had a space between her teeth, which I had when I was a kid. So yeah, she was our little princess. Jack was such a sober, serious little baby that he didn't like to smile. You could tickle him and he would look at you ever so serious, like he was really studying you.
And so how long were your son and Maleyah together?
3.5 years, I think it was, yeah. I thought they were the picture perfect family. Then Maleyah started to tell me that they were having problems and she wasn't happy. She told me that she wasn't happy and she thinks she's going to leave. And I told her that we supported whatever she decides, that one good parent is way better than two broken ones.
Damn.
And then how did that change your relationship with Lily and Jack?
I thought it was going to change, but it didn't. Yeah, it didn't change.
I wonder if that coincides with the disappearance, though. She had told her, what is it? Mother-in-law, I guess. Well, it's the bio mom. It's a grandma of Jack and Lily from the bio dad side. Because remember, those are not Daniel's kids, even though he tries to be. Could be twins, right? Went deep sea fishing and caught me some mahi. Ooh, I hope you don't catch and release. Because if I'm gonna go fishing, thank you. If I'm gonna go fishing and catch mahi, we're about to cook it right there, dude. Like as fresh as can be. Awesome. Sounds good, Mab. I love fresh mahi. We did that with clams. We dug up a bunch of clams and then we cooked them like right out of the gate. Mama Pearl hates seafood though. Love you, Mom. All right. I just told a little secret about her. She's allergic to it. All right.
Maleyah, she was a sweetheart. Anytime we wanted to see the kids, she'd come by for a visit. She'd bring them by all the time. It was actually really, really good.
So when was the last time you saw the children?
1.5 years, almost, really. It's about 1 year and 9 months.
How did you deal with that?
Wow.
Really, to be honest, maybe I didn't deal good enough with it. I looked at the fact that when her and my son separated, my son walked away. He chose to walk away, that she wanted sole custody of the kids. So she petitioned the courts for sole custody. And when she did that, he said he was done.
Wow.
Were you ever formally questioned?
Yes.
So then it's about a month after Lily and Jack are last seen that they come and formally question you.
So it's about 3 weeks. They questioned Cody for 1.5 hours in the vehicle, and then they questioned me for 2 hours.
All right. Well, this is these are stories that we've heard. I just wanted to, if you guys want to sign up, I wanted to drop the Find Jack and Lilly Sullivan. They've got 20K followers, and I mean, there's not a lot of updates obviously, but there's a lot of pictures, and it looks like they're actively, an hour ago they say goodnight Lily and Jack. Look at how cute they are. That's not how old they were, but you see what I'm saying? Yesterday they posted, the family of Lily and Jack continue to appeal to the public, because the moment we stop talking about them is the moment people forget what happened and forget that they haven't been found. So I'm always appreciative of these Facebook groups. Madeline Soto has a Facebook group, and anytime you ever wanted to see something on there, you can just go and you get updates. Anyway, guys, they're very present here. Go sign up. These kids are beautiful. They're still missing, and at this point, I don't think anyone thinks they're alive. But back on that note, we are going to say few answers found after a year of Jack and Lily disappearance, and this is the last report that we'll leave off on until the next time.
Marks 1 year since 2 children disappeared from their rural Nova Scotia home. For weeks, searchers looked for Lily.
How come it's easy for her to say rural? Rural. I can't say it.
And Jack Sullivan. But as their anniversary approaches of their disappearance, there are still no answers.
It's, of course, been a long investigation. So over the last number of months, we've gone through a lot of the information we have. And, of course, we're new leads. But I guess this investigation was always going to take time.
The RCMP says they continue to investigate, and they will do so until the circumstances surrounding the children's disappearance are determined with certainty. The CBC's Brett Ruskin has followed this case of the missing children for the past year. He joins us now.
Now, I just cut out all of the 17-minute boring press conference they had. Again, there was nothing really new to say. Blah, 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 blah. They're not telling us much, but this is where we are. Justice for Jack and Lily. We're 1 year and a little bit more than a year out, and they haven't been brought home. There's no people of interest. They haven't even labeled this as a crime yet, have they?
Live from Halifax. So, Brett, what are investigators saying as we reach this 1 year mark of this puzzling disappearance?
Yeah, puzzling indeed, Art. The investigators say that the investigation is still very much underway. They are still working on this case of the disappearance of Lily and Jack Sullivan 1 year ago. They say that they have been taking all kinds of information, all kinds of tips. In fact, the RCMP released some information about some of the stats that are of this investigation. For example, they've done 106 different interviews with people connected to the children. They've collected 1,100 tips from the public. They've even looked and collected 8,000 video files from dash cam footage, from security cameras, from doorbell cameras, from neighbors in the area from where Lily and Jack disappeared from. We know that there was that extensive search as well. People on the ground with search and rescue volunteers, dog teams as well, in the air with drones, with helicopters, and underwater too.
That's my same thing, Crazy Jane. You're really not that crazy for those thoughts, because I feel the same way. I've been wondering the entire time of the Nancy Guthrie case why they're not doing a search on foot, right? They're not doing a foot search. They don't have teams out there. They're not doing at this point, it would just be a retrieval of a body, right? It's not a rescue type of thing. But thank you, Lisa. 184, hit that like button. Justice for Jack and Lily. Yeah, they don't even deny it. He doesn't deny it at all. We can find interviews where we talk about rugs.
Dive teams that were going through nearby lakes and ponds just in case Lily and Jack ended up there as well. Now, this has garnered lots of attention across the province, across the country, and even around the world. We know that there has been speculation, different theories thrown around online. And so police are now asking anyone with credible, fact-based information to come forward. Have a listen to what the RCMP had to say.
The information we need isn't necessarily speculation or thoughts or theories. We'd like information that actually points us in a direction to try and find out things that have taken place. So I just find sometimes social media can be a little bit murky.
And so again, looking for that fact-based information. So anyone who may have details about Lily and Jack's disappearance, that happened 1 year ago tomorrow, should come forward and contact police. Are they?
Now, of course, Brett, we know that there have been these official efforts as well, but there's also been a lot of community effort as well with local searches in the past. So what is the community saying at this stage, at this grim milestone?
You know, guys, I think what's going to end up happening with this case, and I hate to say this, Lori Lynn says, in fact, on Char's interview, he said it treats as ADHD. Well, that's yes, that's self-medicating, and don't do methamphetamine if you have ADHD, my friends, okay? Just saying. It's never a good idea. We're already really dark from the sun, so here we go, Vegas. Right? Crazy. Mathematicians. Yeah, so he's using, what someone's saying is that he self-medicates. On that interview, he's saying that he uses it because it helps his ADHD. But it doesn't help your teeth. It doesn't help when you're holding someone captive. It doesn't help you not to want to grape someone. It doesn't help. Doesn't help, Daniel.
Yeah, the community very keen to find these kids as well. In fact, there's been a couple of different community searches, many of them organized by a group from Ontario that came here, a group that is aimed at solving and resolving these missing persons investigations, these missing person cases. And they said that it's uncommon, unusual, even unheard of to have two young kids like this missing for so long with really no explanation. Here's one of the search organizers talking about that.
2 children missing is just bizarre. Whether you're looking at wandering, misadventure, abduction, accidental death,
anything.
If you're looking at those 4 scenarios, it's uncommon for 2 children to be together in either of those 4 situations.
And so those are kind of the 4 possible reasons that kids.
Yeah, but nobody brought up a possibility of the fact that the parents admittedly do DRUGs and are mathematicians. They didn't ask. I bet you they didn't ask, hey, did your children happen to get into any of your, because they admittedly, and you just told me on the channel, Lori Lynn, that they literally, he talks about self-medication to help with his ADHD. Did they ask that on the test? What blows my mind is that people don't think they will be caught. There's Marianka, let's be real. These people are such narcissists. They've got to be. There's no way that they can do this and think they're going to get away with it. Look at the David case. He thought he was larger than life, but he laid out the whole thing in writing and by audio and video. He might as well just filmed his crime. All right. Now, these people, I think they did have time to clean up because it happened the night before. And so after they did all of that, then yeah, they're not normal humans. I agree. On that note, they want real information, and that's what they're looking for at the end of this. If there's any new leads, you're in the area, any way you can help, that's what they're asking for at this point, because Jack and Lilly have been missing over a year. And there's no sign of them, guys.
These ages might go missing in the past, kind of compared to other cases. And really, it's kind of a confounding, difficult, frustrating case because there's, again, no clear explanation, no clear answer as to where Lily and Jack Sullivan disappeared from. Again, we know that they disappeared. It was on May 2nd in the morning around 10 a.m. that the parents noticed them gone. And so then they called police. And again, that anniversary, that 1-year anniversary of the disappearance of these missing children happens tomorrow. Arthi.
Thanks for this, Brett. That's the CBC's Brett Ruskin in Halifax.
All right, y'all. We are out of here. Guys, if you just rolled in late, thank you. Shoot for the stars. Hey, girl, I'm doing okay. I'm doing better than I was the last 2 days. My throat was hurting. It's getting better. There's Maleyah, guys, out there. There she is right there. So that was the 1-year anniversary of the missing / vigil. All right. But I also want you guys to understand that at this point, it's been, the duration has been 1 year 18 days as of May 21st, 2026. All right. The duration comes directly from the most recent publicly updated timeline. So a year and 18 days. Maleyah was actually there. She's off to the right over there. And we saw her when they were picking people to help search. Okay. So we want to bring Jack and Lilly home, you guys. I want to thank all of you guys for all of the support, all the memberships today. If you are late, go back and replay and hype for the late people. Good night. I did not think it would take me 3 hours today, but it did. And I love you for being here. Thank you guys. Good night. I don't know where I thought Deb came in earlier. I don't know about MM, but good night, everyone. Love you. I cannot wait. I get to meet you guys next week. Have a good night, y'all. I can't believe it's already here. Oh, I will. I'll do a live stream for you guys so you can check it out. Love you, Sadie's mama. Love you, Melissa. Love all the mods. Love Mama Pearl. And Mama Pearl, we're going to see Mab's mug in Vegas and Mrs. Mab. Okay, well, shout out to Deb. She's not here. She'll be on the rewatch crew. They're just analyzing her, in my opinion. Love you, Jay. Good night, you guys. We just hit the 3-hour mark. I haven't done that in forever. I guess I had to make up for the days I was gone. Mwah. Tomorrow's Friday. It's always fun Friday. I'm cooking up something special for y'all. I'll see you tomorrow. Love you guys. Thanks, Kel. You guys are awesome additions to the Guilty of Crime team. Yeah, Foxy was teaching. My girl Tiff was here, and I believe everybody else. I think I saw Holly in the beginning. But anyway, good night. 3 hours. Love ya. See you tomorrow, 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 7 p.m. Eastern. Love you guys.
Guilty of Crime.
I want to thank you for watching. If you enjoyed my content, please share this video, like, and subscribe. You can also follow me over at Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, X, or Gmail. If you'd like to donate to my channel, you can use Cash App or Venmo or PayPal. Thank you very much in advance. Guilty of Crime.
Are you guilty?